How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel, the Sci Fi Century, and we are now live. And I would like to welcome everyone to Volume 5 for the Sci Fi Society Podcast. And joining me, as always, is Jedi Granville, my co host. And unfortunately, my other co host, my boy Matt, couldn't make it. Something had come up, so we'll get him on Volume 6. But this time, in this podcast, we have two guests from the Movie Dojo Army and also good friends and also sci-fi crazies. And I would like to welcome DJ Anubis. And I would like to welcome Jad, Jadd, Jad, the film critic, to the podcast. So, guys,
welcome.
You guys are very welcome. And thank you for joining us. And
no, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Also, DJ Anubis also has his own podcast. So go ahead and elaborate on everything you do, DJ.
Yeah, so the wife and I, Neko, we do a podcast called the Metal Tavern Radio Podcast. And you can find that on therealnoobs.podbean.com. We also have a 24/7 internet metal and rock radio station, which if you go to djanubisreviews.blogspot.com, you can find the links there for that, as well as our Twitter and Facebook. So much appreciated.
No problem, man. Nice. And of course, you guys, everybody who's watching right now, we don't have anybody watching so far, but eventually we'll have some people watching, but we just want to get straight to the stream. And of course, there's always the replay value on StreamYard, which is also very cool. So just getting straight to it, we're going to talk about two films, both 80s films, and we're going to start with Clash of the Titans, 1981, and then following that, we'll get to Near Dark, that came out in 1987. And now I'll just start it off with Clash of the Titans, 1981. And I'm just going to start off with the cast. And it's Harry Hamlin, Lawrence Oliver, Judy Volker, Maggie Smith, Burgess Meredith. Of course, everybody knows Burgess Meredith.
Oh, yeah.
And Ursula Andress.
Ooh.
And yeah, guys. First off, with everybody, I'll start off with Walter. Just give a real quick thoughts before we get deeper into the film and everything along with it, the aspects, the special effects, Ray Harryhausen. Just give me a little bit of what you thought about the film when you first saw it.
Good taste of it. Well, honestly, when I first saw this film, I mean, I knew of Harryhausen and I knew how stop motion was the thing at the time, and it was still big at the time. And as we mentioned, it was, of the time. But it really brought out that mythology, showing all these different characters in there, like Pegasus, the Kraken and whatnot. And it's just like, it blew me away. I mean, I was only like 11 years old when I saw this film, of course. But the simple fact is, it really was a product of its time with the effects and everything. And I really appreciate knowing that, looking back at it, they look, like they dated. But the thing is, you have a good time watching. You don't let the fact that the effects are what they are back then, but the fact that you still have fun watching it. And I have to say, with what goes on in the film, this is a PG movie, but there are things in there that kind of surprised me that were in there that was kind of like, wow, that's kind of much for a PG. But I mean, like I say, other than that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, it's one of those films that is, and believe it or not, it actually turns 40 this year, believe it or not. So it's officially a 40th anniversary film now. So I feel like it needs to be praised for what it gave us, So, yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for adding that, Walter, because I didn't even know that, bro.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know that, man.
It's 40 years old now, so you see how old I am.
Okay, so Anubis, DJ Anubis, give us your small little take on Clash of the Titans when you first saw it and what you thought about it.
Well, much like Jedi, I was young. I was probably about 11 or 12. Like I was, it's funny because back then, as far as the cast is concerned, I didn't know a lot of them back then, but as time has passed, you start to see them on and on. And even though I was familiar with Harryhausen's work, I didn't really know who he was. But I loved like all the Sinbad movies, and I was already a Godzilla fan by that point. So you put monsters like the Kraken or the giant scorpions in there, and I'm just like in heaven, So
Yeah.
I'll get into a little bit later about the remake and all that, but I really loved that film a lot. And actually, one of the funnier things is one of my earlier crushes was on Judy Balker. I thought she was beautiful.
Oh yeah,
as Andromeda.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And Jad, just a real quick opinion and what you thought. Just something small about the film before we get really down to explaining what we thought and our opinions on it.
Okay, so it was my first time seeing it, and I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really cool. There's a lot of charm because it's definitely a product of its time. It's a little glitchy, but at the same time, a lot of people made this with their own hands, and it's still beautiful in some parts. It's got that own charm to it, and you can see why it was such a big thing when it originally came out, and it's just like one of those films that you watch and you have complete total respect for the filmmaking. As for everything else, we'll go into that, but yeah.
Cool. All right, so I'll start it off real quick, and I'll just say just to start off, I watched this. This was like a fantasy that I watched a little bit later, probably when I was about maybe 12 or 13. And my mom is a huge fan of this film. I mean, she loves, films like these, Greek mythology. I didn't get into Greek mythology till I got into like high school, reading about English literature, about the gods and Olympus and, the whole thing, the whole take on Greek mythology. And that already got me because like, I'm big, just like DJ Anubis was saying, once you see monsters, Greek monsters, the scorpions, Cerberus, the two-headed Hellhound, the Kraken, the giant vulture, Bubo, the freaking golden owl. I mean, all that stuff is like it's fantastical. It's totally fantastical, and that's what drew me to it, And plus, a lot of us had said, I mean, stop motion animation was something really big, not only because of Ray Harryhausen, but because it was an art. It was a total art form. Like you had Ray Harryhausen, and I'm pretty sure he had a small team, but he put so much work, and a lot of people don't understand that stop motion animation and just putting the molds together, putting the total detail into these sculptures and everything, and having them to be very flexible, made out of clay, and they have to have time constraints because when you're doing clay models, stuff like that, they tend to dry up, they break, they have to rebuild them, they have to reshoot. So I give them fucking props, man, in the 80s and Ray Harryhausen for just having the patience to do stop motion animation, be able to add that to the films, make it look realistic, and sell it to already like a modern crowd in the 80s. I mean, to me it still looked, of course they're puppets, right? But to me, when I was young, it looked kind of real. When you get older, you start realizing that it didn't age very well, but it's still, to me, I give them props, man. And that's a lot of hard fucking work that you gotta put into when you're doing stop motion animation. A lot of people don't understand that, and that's why I give props to. And then now, just starting with Perseus, King of Crisius from August, the Tyrant, the freaking guy that Zeus just, fuck this guy. He's freaking sending his daughter and his grandson, Danae was his daughter, Perseus, sending him to an ocean grave, man, just because of whatever happened, because Zeus was getting crazy with Danae, and she had a kid. He produced a child, and Zeus wasn't having it, decides to punish not only Acrisius the king, but he ends up just destroying and laying out all of August, man, with, of course, his favorite pet and Poseidon's, right hand monster, the Kraken. And a lot of people say release the Kraken, but it's actually let loose the Kraken.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man. It's like I was already like just watching it again. I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. I love this, man. And I watched it, and you guys saw what happened. Freaking the Kraken. All he did was just lay out a whole ugly ass tsunami on August, destroys it, kills everybody. Zeus, ends up having these people and all humans in clay form that are the size of probably like 5 inches tall, and he has them all in this huge freaking display of just how the gods are compared to humans. And he grabs Acrisius's clay model, crushes it, kills him, breaks his whole body and everything. And that was cool, man. Just to the beginning of the movie was great. And then now, just like as I said, I don't want to go too into the movie because we'll be here forever because this movie's so damn long. So just moving on, getting to the finer parts of the film. Perseus growing up on another small little island called Seriphos. They never said what happened to Danae's mom. And he's strong, good looking, he's a demigod, so what do you expect? So that's all going on. And it was just crazy, man, because when he ends up being transferred to, it was Joppa, and it was Thetis, the jealous goddess that wanted just wanted nothing. She couldn't stand Perseus. It's just a lover's quarrel. This and that. Who I got the better son, whatever, and sends him out to Joppa and starts talking. He ends up meeting Burgess Meredith, and Burgess Meredith's character, and finds the sword, the shield, and the helmet, and like those were cool weapons. I mean, for the time and for the story, it was always cool. I mean, I have to
by the gods.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, man. That's what he always said, man. Burgess Meredith is by the gods. I don't know how many times he said it in that movie, but he said it a lot of times. But yeah, good. It was cool, man. But I mean, and then just going to finding out why there's a curse on Joppa, and everybody wants to, take over, and people are having, this. They're just worried about this curse that was put on there, and now the queen, Cassiopeia, has this new law that any kind of suitor, whether he's either royal or not royal, ends up saying, you know what, anybody can be a suitor to Andromeda, to take over Joppa, whatever, like that. And a lot of guys are, and it's all based on a riddle, so a lot of guys are dying. A lot of guys are, you don't get this riddle right,
you die. You get burnt alive.
Yeah, like this is the price you're gonna pay to be to try to be a wannabe ruler, and try to be a suitor for Andromeda. So that shit's kind of fucking twisted. That's all twisted. And then getting straight to how they use now the stop motion animation, and Perseus is he sees this, wants to he wants to find out, hey, what, I want to shit, Andromeda was beautiful, why not, I'm a prince, I'm an heir, I'm just not a, how do you say, he's not an official heir, but what, he's an heir to a big time city. So he wants to find out, he wants to get down with it, but he ends up finding out that with the helmet that her Andromeda's soul is being tormented by Calabos, and everybody who's seen the movie knows about Calabos, and everybody knows Calabos is he's a freaking savage. He's cruel, killed all of Zeus's sacred herd
all
of
Pegasus brothers and sisters, basically.
I know. Yeah,
exactly, man. And that was just, I mean, just finding that out. I mean, you already know he's the antagonist, but there's more than one antagonist in this film, which is also cool. And that's also the cool part. And jumping a little bit forward now, getting to how Perseus ends up finding the location where Andromeda's soul is being taken by the vulture it's in the marshes and the swamps where Calabas now reigns, because he's been punished by Zeus. Got turned into a monstrosity, and it's like Calabas is like, you know what, man? If I'm gonna suffer, he's gonna make the oaths that he loves suffer. So fuck it, that's what he did. So he does that, and then Perseus ends up finding a plan to lure the last of the winged horses, which is Pegasus, which is badass in my opinion. And they use him, Pegasus, to fly and find the location, to follow the vulture to find out where Calabas, and where Andromeda's soul is being taken every single night because of the curse and because of the actual riddle that every single suitor has to try to figure out to marry Andromeda. So okay, that's already out of the way, and finds out where it's at. Calabas gets a whiff and finds out where he is, and then tries to kill Perseus, and then Perseus Perseus ends up getting the better of him, chops off his hand, lets him live, and then goes back to Joppa. Surprisingly, goes back to Joppa, says, you know what, I want Andromeda's hand in marriage. I found out what the riddle is, tells the riddle, becomes the so-called king of Joppa. But then Thetis, the goddess, gets pissed off, finds out when that Calabas got his ass beat, got his hand chopped off, and then that's Thetis is the goddess, Thetis is son. So she retaliates, and in retaliation gives Andromeda only 30 days before she's gonna be freaking lunch for the Kraken. And if not, the freaking Kraken's gonna fucking get fucking brutal and sadistic on Joppa. So that's how everything leads up to the big journey. We get to Perseus and a few of the other guards that are loyal to him now. They end up going to the temple of the Stygian witches. A Titan against a Titan. Like that. That's what I remember the best about that, man. The witches tell Perseus how to kill the Kraken. And we all know that the only way for Perseus to kill the Kraken is to kill Medusa and use her head as pretty much the weapon to turn, the Kraken into stone and everything. And
to kill the Kraken.
Yeah, they find out, and then they find out that shit. They gotta go near, the edge of the underworld, man. They gotta go to the river Styx. They gotta go, cross the river Styx.
It's a long journey too.
Long journey, and they have to.
And don't forget about Bobo. Don't forget about Bobo. He comes into the scene during this trip too.
In between Bupo the owl was introduced. He was sent there by Athena and by Zeus to help Perseus on the journey to lead to the. Actually, that was to the Stygian witches, but then he helped lead them to the Stygian witches, and then now that they're going to be at the, they have to go to Medusa's temple, which is pretty much, right there in the edge of the underworld. So they go there, they cross the river, and then they run into one of my favorite parts. They run into the Hellhound, Cerberus, the two-headed wolf, which is also a cool battle. That's also a cool battle. And that was one of my favorite battles, man, because that, even though it was stop motion animation, they made it look good. They made Cerberus look somewhat real. They had the fur. He was real agile. He was huge as hell. And, it took three people plus Perseus to kill Cerberus and stuff like that, and then they get to the battle, and they finally get to Medusa, man. And wow, dude, like, I think they could have done a little bit better with Medusa. I think they could have done a little better to design her. They could have made her beautiful instead of so serpentine, so many scales and stuff like that. They could have made her look better, but it looked cool from her body down, from her face. She looked great, and then using the bow and arrow, that was fine. That was great. And Perseus is smart. Finds out you got to use a reflection. Use your reflection to try to see Medusa, so you won't get turned into stone. And everybody knows who Medusa is. She's the Gorgon. She was punished by the gods, and no mortal man or any kind of creature can look at her. The only people that can actually see her are women. The only people that she can look in the eyes without turning to stone are women. So that's those are the only actual people or humans that can only see Medusa, because every other creature and man will turn to stone. And Perseus gets the upper hand and lures Medusa in. He's scared. You could tell he was fucking scared as fuck. I would be scared too.
He was terrified.
I would be scared of shit going up against a snake in general.
I mean, man, he was fucking. And then what was good is that, I mean, poor freaking soldiers. I mean, those soldiers pretty much, gave him the freaking opportunity. They gave their lives for him to be able to get the chance to kill her. So he's just using his shield as a mirror to see where she's at, and he catches her off guard, chops off her head. And then, the head, is nothing but, poisonous acid. It's acidic, and finally kills her, gets lucky, takes the head, lost 2 soldiers in the process, goes back to across the river Styx. They meet up there, and Calabas is always, behind the scenes and everything. Ends up capturing Pegasus behind Perseus's back, and then here's where DJ Nubis was alluding to. Calabas stabs Medusa's head, and then the blood pours down, and then the giant scorpions rise up from the freaking rocks on the earth, and they look freaking cool, man.
That was a trippy scene right there. Because when when he stabs the head, I was like, okay, what's going to happen here? And then when the things started, and you see it little by microscopic of the scorpions, and then you see it start to grow, and then Bobo, he's kind of like watching. He's like, he starts twitching and going, and Calabas takes that whip and just slaps that. He goes, beep, beep, falls into the water. It's so crazy. I love it.
I had a problem with that because the whole time that fucking bird was that little bird got on my nerves, and he was the worst security look, the worst lookout ever. He was looking. He didn't notice him stabbing the head and the blood falling on the ground.
Right.
He's like, "Oh shit, scorpions! Who knew?" It's not like I could see it earlier. That was this guy the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, he's going alarms and everything, but it's like, man, be more louder than that, dude. Let somebody know what's going on here.
No, it was cool, man. So
that's a crazy sequence.
So what I could get from there, like the scorpions look cool, like DJ was saying, man. Those look the most realistic to me, aside from Cerberus and Pegasus was a little. Pegasus did look a little, you could tell more. You needed more movement, but the scorpions, the giant scorpions, were so easy to make to look realistic, man. Like they freaking kind of stole the show at that point in the scene because they look so badass, and then they take out the rest of the freaking other
military
Perseus, guys. Perseus is his guard and everything. So. And Perseus Birdie gets out there and then finally ends up killing Calabas with that badass shiny ass sword, and tells Bupo to find Pegasus, get him out. Bupo did actually make himself useful and actually found Pegasus and freaking got him out of that cage, and then that's how Perseus is able to get to Joppa before Andromeda is sacrificed to the Kraken, and this is where we get to the last part of the film. And I mean, the Kraken did look cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the Kraken did look badass, man. And you know what? Why not have a kaiju-sized freaking kaiju inside of the freaking film in 1981? And the Kraken, believe it or not, man, but the Kraken is well known just because of that film. Now, the Kraken is well known. There's a lot of references in sometimes in pop culture and stuff like that, especially when people use whips. Like sometimes I heard a few times when people go whips, when they know how the whip cracks, right? He's like, release the Kraken.
Kraken, yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. But I mean, it was cool, man. It was really cool because, I mean, the way they made him look, but it took a lot of time. I saw some, I did some research and found out that the Kraken was the hardest part of the film to do the stop motion animation because you had to put him in water. And he didn't have a lower body; he just had the forearms, and it had like more of a serpent, like a mermaid kind of body, a giant mermaid kind of body with tails and everything. So, but it looked cool for the time, man. For the time, it looked good. It was believable for the time in 1981. Well, for me, when I saw it as a kid, any of us who saw it as a kid, we're gonna think it's cool.
Oh yeah,
it looks cool. So Perseus gets there on Pegasus. He's gonna try to use the Medusa's head, but Medusa gets. I mean Medusa. Perseus gets knocked and gets hit by the Kraken, and then Perseus falls into the water. And then Bupo makes himself useful again, finds and spots the Medusa's head, and then picks it up out of the ocean, gives it to Perseus. Perseus is able to get use it at the right time and show it to the Kraken. The Kraken is, what the fuck's going on? Turns into stone. Perseus kills the Kraken, becomes king of Joppa, gets the woman Andromeda. She's hot, she's beautiful. We all know that. And that's DJ. That was DJ's one of DJ's crush back in the day. So that's cool, man. That's cool. She was beautiful, man. And there you have it. I mean, there you have it, man. It was the ending was still pretty cool. Burgess Meredith did a good job. I mean, it's Burgess Meredith, bro. I mean, he's always been a good actor, and a lot of people know him because of not only because of Rocky, but he's been around, and the ending was cool, man. The gods say, you know what, he did good. Still praising, but still, how do you say it? Just giving him his due, but still like, he got lucky, stuff like that.
He has done well.
Yeah,
you have done well, and he will be rewarded.
Right?
You got the girl, and there you go, man. There's my take on Clash of the Titans, man. The reason why, like I said, I went a little fast because it's a long fucking movie, man. And we can go. This would have to be like a 4-hour stream if all of us were to talk about the whole movie, man. So, but like just to finish it off, my take, my opinion, I did enjoy it a lot. It did not age very well because of the Ray Harryhausen, but Ray Harryhausen still did a great job for the time, and the way the gods were portrayed was good. The stop motion animation puppets were great. Cerberus, the Kraken, Medusa, the Scorpions, Bupo, everything looked cool. The weapons were badass. The fucking sword was slick. So yeah, it was cool, man. That's what I really liked about it. It's a fantasy film, pure fantasy. I enjoyed it a lot, and there's my take on it. And I really enjoyed it, guys. And now I'll move on to Jedi Granville so he can give his take on it, and then from there we'll go to Anubis, and then we'll go to Jad, and then we'll move on to the next film. So take it away, Jedi Granville.
Well, thank you, Sci-Fi. Well, now, like I say, it's like you say, the film. It's let me get to the stop motion. That's one of the things I could say. Yeah, it didn't age well, but as I mentioned before, it's a product of its time. But it's got such a lighthearted, love for, fan service with it, that the Greek mythology kind of wins you over, like I say, you see all these creatures in here and everything. And like I say, taken aback knowing that we see Pegasus, we see how he's used. He's a tool. I'm not saying it's being used, but he's gathered to help Perseus do something in achieving his goal. And it works out, and like I say, the story is funny. The story does flow pretty well. And it's funny how certain events lead from one thing to another, like with the simple fact that when Zeus pretty much turns Calibus into a monster, because of what he did was killing all of the winged horses, his mother, I forget what her name is, she gets kind of, she gets jealous of this. She wants some kind of revenge of all this. And because since that's Perseus, that's her son, that's Zeus' son, she feels like, well, he doesn't have no real challenge, so why don't I just try to, do something that will actually say up the ante? And she pretty much picks him up when he's sleeping, puts him where Joppa is, and like I say, nothing else goes on. And it's like, that's what I love about that. That's how the story rolls, knowing that the guys do something, and then the interaction with the humans, with them interacting with the humans, it gets the ball running to go into where they're going to deal with, certain things. And that's why I say you get him going to Joppa because of, the mother being mad. And then, like I say, this situation with Calibus, he's put this curse on the city, because nobody can marry Andromeda for what reason. And like I say, each little thing has a cause and effect. And I've always noticed how that one thing leads to another. This goes to this, and then it's like, okay, now we're getting. And this is why I say I love the fact that it doesn't stay, it doesn't drag. That's the thing about it. It doesn't drag on. It lets you know that something is having an effect with this, and then it's going to affect this. It ain't just like, oh, we're just throwing it out there just because, we ain't got to do all that. We're showing that these things are happening for a reason. And and like I say, I love it for that, because it's like, yeah, it's a long film. I look back at it now and like, I don't remember it being that long, but it's like looking at it now, it's like, damn, that's a long film, but it shows how it jumps from one place to another. It jumps to this place, it jumps to that. But the thing is it got a good flow, and you love it for that. Like I say, when you see the Condor come to pick up Andromeda's soul, it's like, oh shit, this is another kaiju, type of kaiju, mythical creature, takes away. Then when you see them going to have to figure out how to kill the Kraken, they got to go to these blind women, and it's like, oh, this leads to that, but they got to go through the dog and everything, the two-headed dog, deal with that, cross the river and all that stuff. Then when they do that, then they know how to go to Medusa, have to do that. It's funny how everything flows in. You got to do this, you got to do that, and it's like, do these people catch a break? It's like, can you catch a break? But you have to do that. And the one thing I want to bring up is the reason why they have to do the Medusa thing. When I say do the Kraken thing to Andromeda, when the mother of Andromeda says that she's more beautiful than the goddess herself, that pisses her off. And when that happens, it's like, bitch, do you not think that I'm beautiful? You think you think your daughter's more beautiful than I am? Dude, this is the example of why don't say that shit, Don't say that some woman is beautiful, or don't say that another woman is beautiful than another woman, because they'll get pissed off. And she got pissed in a goddess way. And she said, well, I'm going to do this and this, where the Kraken is released. And then that is how it gets to that point where, yes, this what leads to this, why they had to go on this submission to go get Medusa's head just to kill the Kraken. I say to myself, man, this is why I love this movie for itself, not just for the stop motion, I love the stop motion because, like it is what it is. But the simple fact is, it really flows well to help you see that, okay, we have a reason for what things are happening. It ain't just, like I say, it ain't just throwing there for the hell of it. It's showing that things are happening for a reason, and it's causing all these other things. What's up, Treyo?
Hey,
how you
Treyo.
doing? How you doing today, sir?
Me?
And just to finish, let me finish this off. The simple fact is, the film is a good example of how you tell a good story, even though the effects are, like I say, dated. It still has a good flow, and it still works out to where, like I say, it keeps up that phantom, and it never goes away. If we weren't, like I say, like us, all five of us here right now, if we weren't here now talking about this, it would have faded away into extinction. It would have just gone away. Because even in the movie, Zeus says that they're, being gods and goddesses, it's like, we are going to fade into infinity, and like people will not just so much forget us, but we will just be, just legend, just that mystery, all that stuff. But the simple fact is, this film, 40 years later, still holds up, and it ain't gone away. It ain't going to go away. People could try to make it go away, but if it's still here and we're talking about it, all of us talking about it right now, either other people talk about it, that means it hit the heart of people who love a good story. And that's what I feel that this movie is. Clash of the Titans, it's like I say, it never goes away. That's why I say it's a childhood favorite for me, and I still love it for what it is. And that's my kind of take on it, So.
Ah, good, brother, good, man. And let's welcome the Lone Wolf Ronin. Now that he's finally added to the stream. Yeah, that he finally added to the stream. So, so yeah, now we got 5. And just to mention something, this is the largest panel we've ever had for the Sci-Fi Society. So, welcome, Lone Wolf Ronin. To when you already saw a thumbnail. You know what we're talking about. And then what do you call it? But you have seen Near Dark, right?
Haven't seen it in years, man. I'm just here for the popcorn.
You're the popcorn. He's like he's waiting for after we're done so we can shoot the shit.
That's fine. I mean, I'm in the background just supporting you guys,
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So now we already got my take. We got Walter's take. Now let's move on to DJ Anubis and give us your opinion and what you thought of the film, brother.
Walter made a lot of great points. One of the things I'm going to say, I'm not going to spend too much time on the remake, and I kind of disagree that the film hasn't aged well. I think it actually has, because when you compare it to some of the CGI that we see in some of these films, not all of them, obviously Godzilla is separate from a lot of that, but when you watch that Clash of the Titans remake, that's like some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life. And I think it lets you have a new appreciation for what was going on with Ray Harryhausen back in 1981. So as Walter was pointing out with the storyline, it was even better than what was in 2010. So I thought he's really on point with like the story and everything. Still, as a kid, you have to love it. Some quick points. Maggie Smith, Aesthetis, went on to do Professor McGonagall and Harry Potter. So when I finally realized that years later, I'm like, oh my God, it's Thetis. Holy shit.
No, God.
I didn't even think about that.
So weird.
I didn't even think about that. Holy shit. I didn't think about that.
And I think one of my favorite scenes with her is when she's talking to, I think, Athena, and she's explaining how Zeus tried to seduce her as a cuttlefish. And she goes, oh my God, whatever did you do? And she's like, it turned into a shock.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It was weird because I was doing a little bit of research on the film, and Ursula Andress, who is very beautiful, was in this film, but she actually had one line in it, but she was put as like a top billing on the poster, so I always thought that was kind of funny. Also, apparently, Columbia Pictures wanted Schwarzenegger to play Perseus, but they felt that there was too much dialogue. So it makes sense because he had done Conan with very little dialogue. So at that time, it's like, okay, I get it. Walter brought up something about how the movie is kind of creepy. It's dark a little bit, has a little bit of gore in it. And when I was reading about it, initially Andromeda was supposed to be scripted as being naked at the sacrifice scene.
Oh wow!
But they changed the script because they wanted to be family friendly. But it's funny because you look at some of the other stuff that's going on in the film, and when the final version of it, it's still kind of gory and scary, especially as a kid. Right. I'm looking at some of this stuff going, "Oh man, it's blood!" It's great. Quick point on the Hellhound. It wasn't actually Cerberus. I know Ray Harryhausen wanted to do Cerberus, but apparently. In his opinion, it was too hard to animate 3 heads compared to 2. So they stuck with the 2-headed dog. Outside of that, I think Bubo the owl, which NECA was gushing about, that's really, I think that was like the one character that was like your comic relief in the entire film. Because everything he was doing was just funny as hell. Because, who was it that brought up about Bubo falling in the water? Was it you, Jed? He comes out of the water after the bow and he's like, it's so ridiculous. You know what I mean? The funny thing is, Dan, you'll touch on a lot of the creatures in there and everything from the Stygian witches, and that I thought was so clever with the eye. Like that was the coolest thing that they had going for them, is that they all had to use the eye in order to see anything. And then, of course, the Charon, the ferryman was there. That was really fun. Just so many cool effects. It's a film that I think I can watch anytime it's on TV. Just if it pops on, I can watch it. That's basically my take. I really love the film.
All right.
That's good, man. That's good, brother. And Gojira51 says, "What's up, man?" He says, "Hello, everyone. Sorry again about the stream, but all you guys are kicking ass." And hey, bro, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching and joining.
You're here in spirit, brother.
Yeah, we'll get you on volume. We'll get you on volume 6, man. That's for sure. And now, okay, so now we get to Jad, and Jad, let us have it, brother. Let us see what you thought about the film. You never saw it before.
All right, so I did have some good things. Like, okay, there were some things that bothered me about this movie. For one thing, it was kind of weird. After he threw his daughter into the ocean, he was like in the soul case, huh. He just like, huh. I got rid of my daughter. I'm probably gonna get slack for this. I hated that owl. I hated it. It was so fucking useless. And there was only twice it was useful, like when he went to save Pegasus and when he got the head out of the ocean. When the guy was I forgot his name, but when he came to stab the Medusa's head, he was the worst lookout ever. He was constantly right. How could you miss that? You're supposed to be on guard, you stupid little. It was so annoying, and I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. I do find it I went back and see some clips of the remake, and it was an ugly, muddy looking movie. This one is much more entertaining. It's fun, and it's honestly a lot more adult than people give it credit for. I love the lighting in the Medusa sequence. It's a really suspenseful scene of cat and mouse, or mouse and snake in that instant. And the lighting for Perseus is very, very well shot. But I did find him and the romance kind of shallow. Actually, I found all the characters shallow except for the gods. And to see Maggie Smith not wave a wand was weird. And to see Mickey, I need to see Burgess Meredith and more stuff, because all I can see him as Mickey. I expected him to shout at Perseus, "You're gonna crap lightning and you're gonna shit thunder," or something like that. And that's all. And he's like, "Oh, go chase a chicken." But I did have fun with it. It was one of those movies where you can really appreciate for the technical sides of it. Everything from the map paintings to the prosthetics to the engineering, the way that the way that the puppets and claymation moved, pretty much everything technical that went on behind it. I really admire it for the time. I mean, it does look a little cheesy now, a bit cheesy now, but that's the charm of this movie.
Yeah.
And other than having shallow characters, but at least I rooted for them. At least I remember Perseus. But it's just really hard to see that. And it's one of those movies. It's like you can go back and watch, and you can just see, wow, you can admire it for its technical, for what it was technically trying to do, while having a great time. Because at the end of the day, it's a fantasy. You really enjoy it for what it was, and characters, I'm not gonna lie, there was some parts did not expect. For example, I did not expect there to be nudity, so I was a little taken back by the beginning of the movie. I was like, oh shit, there's nudity, and to see Ursula Andress, I mean, it's kind of weird not to have her do more, but I'm like, wow, man, she's just, whew. But yeah.
Are you okay there? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just melted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're right there.
That's the power of Ursula Andress. But seriously, I really do admire this movie for what it was, for what it did, for just being entertainment. It's definitely one of the great classics.
Oh yeah, man.
Agreed.
I mean, you pointed out too, man. It's the prosthetics, the makeup, the practical effects, everything was pretty much what you expect at that time. And Ray Harryhausen, man, he was the one to go to when it came to, and I think Walter, you pointed out that he was not really in charge, but he was a part, maybe had been a part of Kong 33.
The original 33 Kong, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I read that he was part of. I know he was part of the Mighty Joe Young film. He was part of that group.
Yeah,
but I'm not for sure if he was part of the original Kong because, like I say, somebody was mentioning after because this was Harryhausen's last film. There was no one that really, when I say that took after his artiste, in terms of after him. Although we could say, like Phil Tippett took the reins of doing that, but I don't think he actually worked with Harryhausen at all. But he took upon himself to do stop motion years later. But I think he did worked on 33 Kong, but I had to really verify that for sure because I heard rumors, but I know for sure he did work on Mighty Joe Young, the 40, I think it's 49 film. So that's the one he worked on. He was helping out. And then after that, he pretty much did everything else, Beast with 20,000 Phantoms, it from, that. And I could go on, but you know the ones I'm talking about. He did a whole lot of strew of films after that. It's like, yes, I mean, he was a master of his crafts. And it's a shame that some people didn't really take after him at the Clash, but I guess, like I say, I guess that shows how unique his art, his craftsmanship really was. Because, like I say, you can see, like I say, Sinbad in The Eye of the Tiger, Jason and the Argonauts, the list goes on and on with him, but he was truly, a master at his abilities, and I'm sad
they said that it used to take him like 2 to 4 hours to do just like one movement almost. That's how detailed it was. So I don't even want to guess how long it took him to do Clash of the Titans. Like,
and I'm gonna tell you, you said something right there, DJ. It's the fact that just one scene taking 4 hours. I'm just like, that takes a lot of patience. You got to really love that craft to do that. Because I was telling Dad, like, I don't think I would have that patience to do that. I mean, I do one scene that's like, this man, I can't do this no more, man. I'm done. I'm out of here. I can't do this. It takes too long. So he really had to love his craft.
I would go fucking nuts. I would go fucking nuts. Try to put clay together, dude. I'd be like, I would just squash it, bro. Like, I can't do this shit.
Right. Go Zeus on him.
Also, can you imagine the takes they would have to do every time? Like, just going back, retracing your steps, thinking about position movements and all that. It's like it's really hard because there was no CG. They all had to do this by hand, and you really have to give him and the actors credit for doing stuff like that, because now it's just so easy. Back then, people made it with their hands, and it's a technical feat. I'm very impressed with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Goji 851 just brought up a good point. The remake, all it is just trying to make it bigger, badder.
Yep.
And what they did was they did make it bigger, and it was bad because all it's doing is just making a lot of noise, but there's no subplot. There's no real story to it. I mean, all you're doing is putting. You mentioned before, DJ. It's like the CG. It's like, okay, that's. I mean, I've seen this before, but it's like, do you got any substance with story? I need story.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person who needs story to lead this into where it's going to. And I was like,
yeah, something as simple as that the Medusa fight in the remake. Like, if I recall, she was like kind of like skipping from like rocks to rocks or some crazy shit. I'm like, it loses all its luster that the original had. I'm like, Jad brought it up. The whole lighting, the whole vibe, the atmosphere of that fight is like amazing. And then like the remake just got so trying to be so clever with their CGI. They don't get it. They don't get it.
No.
It was bombastic. I bet it was bombastic, and because the original scenes from the fight scenes and everything, there was build up. Like, the story in the movie is so simple, but at least there's a story there, and it's a fantasy story, and everything has build up and payoff and build up. But with the Medusa scene, there was so much build up and suspense. You felt that claustrophobic feel. You were rooting for Perseus because it was a situation where you would find it very hard to get out of, and for him to come on top was like a relief because she was just like you don't have to be fast to be intimidating. You have to be slow and patient and stealth, and that's what the remake missed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask Ronan if you. I'm pretty sure you've seen the '81 Clash of the Titans, right?
Oh yeah, I have it on DVD.
Yeah. What did you think about it, man? Quick analysis.
It's a good Greek mythology movie. You know, I mean, I've always liked Greek mythology, even though, you know, I haven't really looked more into it. But from what I learned when I was younger, I mean, I liked it. You know, I mean, I remember seeing Clash probably back in elementary school.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I was just like, wow, you know, I was in awe with the practical effects and all that stuff, you know. So, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then,
cool,
you know, now you got games that, you know, are doing the whole Greek mythology with God of War. So, you know, so it adds up to that. So,
and it's very fascinating. I love the Greek mythology as well. They really just the whole substance of it and how these gods screw each other over and screw humans over. Like, no wonder why people love it, because there is such a mythos to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, even the like the way they like what all you guys were making good points about it, especially, you know, what Anubis said and what Jad and Walter said, even what Ronan said. They used the Greek. In the movie, they used the Greek mythology. They used it to the T, man. Like they made the gods look real. They made the gods look fantastical. They made like the actors. Not only that, the actors gave a shit, and the actors wanted to perform. They wanted to do the acting. They wanted to take. They wanted to take it to the next level. Especially the guy who played Zeus was Lawrence Oliver. It was Lawrence Oliver.
Olivier.
Olivier. Yeah, sorry, Olivier. I mean, dude, like you said, it was the 80s, you know, coming out of the 70s, but I mean, they still gave it, like, they gave a shit, you know, they put the talents of their acting ability and they showed it, you know, and then like the makeup, man, like, I mean, like the makeup and like what you said, Jad, the battle with Medusa, dude, the lighting, the presence, the background, art, everything was sick, man. Everything was sick. And this, I want to get to before we jump on to the next film. I wanted to get one last part of the film that I wanted to talk to about with Anubis, the Scorpions, freaking Scorpions, bro. I mean, like what, like, you know what? It's not that it's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hate Scorpions, dude. I fucking hate them. I fucking hate Scorpions, dude. I mean, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I watch a spider, a tarantula, a freaking those big ass, maybe a centipede, but scorpions, I don't know what it is, dude. I'm not afraid of them. I just don't fucking like them, dude. I don't know why.
So I won't kill in this film, you hate them even more, then, huh?
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, bro. When I saw it, I was like, what? I was like, get that shit away from me. Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, dude, like, I mean, that was crazy, man. But go ahead, Jed.
I was gonna say, well, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but there was one thing, like having Laurence Olivier in that movie is like having Marlon Brando in Superman. He just brought so much presence to it, and the way that he said "release the Kraken" was so deep and powerful. When you go to the remake, it's just Liam Neeson saying "release the Kraken." That is it. Like, at least you remember the gravitas of when Laurence Olivier did it, because he's a veteran and a professional. Not to say Liam Neeson isn't, but he was just saying to get the line out. That's all. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad because you have Liam Neeson playing Zeus, and then you had Ralph Fiennes as Hades, and I'm like, you're wasting all these great actors in like a shit film.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think the film in general, the remake, I think why the original works so well because it has a lot more heart to it. You know, as you say, we mentioned before, the actors in that film, I think really put their all in giving the performance they were doing. Not to say that the people in the remake didn't give their all, but it didn't really, give it, like I say, give that punch to what it's supposed to do. And I think that's what was lost. And like you say, Jed, when Laurence Olivier says, release the crack, it's like, I believed it. Even though I was a young kid who seeing this, I was like, I really believe him delivering that line. He's just like boasting it out, and I'm just like, yes, it's like, okay, he means business with that. So I feel like the 81 version really has that heart, whereas the 2010, I believe that's what it is. It's like it's trying, but it's like it's not getting there, And that's just my opinion on that. But I mean anyone could be disagree with me on that one, though. But that's just my take on that.
And like I said, I'll just add one more thing. Actually, there was 2 references to the Kraken. The first one was "Let Loose the Kraken," and the second one was "Release the Kraken."
Okay.
So the first one when he did, the first one when Laurence Olivier did, he said "Let loose the Kraken," and that was like, and then the second time he said "Release the Kraken." So that's what I remember. That's what I remembered. I thought at first when I saw it yesterday, I thought he said "Release the Kraken" first, and then he said "Let loose the Kraken" second, but I got it twisted. But yeah, I mean, and the remake, man, I'll just put it like this, man. Liam Neeson could have been he would have, if they would have directed him better, dude, he would have made a badass. He did a good job as Zeus, and and he said, and like DJ Anubis was saying, what was the other guy, Ralph Fiennes?
Ralph Fiennes, yeah, he played Hades.
Yeah, he did great as Hades, man. I mean, there was a lot of good acting in there, man. It's just like you said, the story was rushed. It was too fast. Everything was rushed, man. Some of the CGI was, for me, it was okay, but Calabas's practical makeup I thought it looked decent. I thought what was it? Jason Fleming played Calabas in the remake, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, I thought it looked all right for the makeup and stuff like that. I mean, but yeah, but everything else wasn't very good, man. And who was the main guy? What was the main guy that played Perseus in the remake?
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington.
Yeah. The same guy from Avatar.
Yeah, I think
he was in Terminator Salvation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good actor, man. He's a good actor. I think he tried a little bit, but I think towards the end of the movie, he didn't give a shit, bro. I think he was like, he didn't give a shit anymore. Like, he didn't give a shit anymore, man. Like Gojira 51 says, Zeus's armor looked odd, and they all look kind of weird in armor, man. They should have gone with the robes. If they wanted to keep it a little bit
bright, no? They had a little like glare to their armor.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It looked cool. I thought it looked okay, but they should have gone with robes, at least robes with like silver tanning or silver like embroidery or some shit, or some kind of embroidery that stands out.
Well, no, that makes it more traditional, no?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'd rather deal with tradition than have something flashy, But then for the general audience, it would probably make it more flashy for them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any last takes or any last little bits anybody want to add before we get to Near Dark on Clash of the Titans?
All I know is, like I say, if they ever bring out a 40th anniversary Blu-ray edition of Clash of the Titans, I'm getting it. I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah.
I'd like to get that on my collection.
Is there even a Blu-ray release? Because I got it on digital and DVD, but I don't know. Was there a Blu-ray release?
I got a regular DVD
for the 81
Blu-ray.
Yeah, I think they'll release it though. They'll release it soon. So all right then. Well, there's all of our takes, man, on Clash of the Titans 1981. A great, well, for me, a great film for its time and everything. So now we move on to Near Dark, which I'll start off with that Jedi Granville shot this to me, and I had never seen it before. I didn't see it till a few days ago. I never saw it. I've never seen it. Never ever saw it. They didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know it existed.
I'm surprised you never heard of it.
Yeah, I never heard of it. And like, yeah. So since Jedi is the one that pitched it to me, I'll go last, and I'll let you guys go first. So Jedi, you start off with the first with your first take and opinion on the film.
I'll just give you what's about it. I mean, it's a pretty simple film, but basically, Near Dark is a crazy as it sounds, it's a modern day Western vampire noir film, even though it's set in 1987. But it's a very unique film because A, like I say, it's kind of a modern day Western. B, it has vampires in it. And C, like I say, they take their own mythology on how vampires work in this film, because I was looking at a documentary just recently where Catherine Bigelow, who directed this film, if you know Catherine Bigelow, she's Point Break, Hurt Locker, different films. She was saying that they took the mythology of crosses and daggers and all that other stuff that vampires are allergic to, take that out of the equation and just leave the fact that they love blood, but it's like a drug to them. And sunlight is the thing that will kill them, So getting to the story, the film, it starts out pretty simple. It's basic. It's deals with this drifter, he's a rancher. He lives with his father and his sister, and he's out on the town, just parading and everything. And he sees this young girl, just going about, just out there. And what we don't realize is that the girl's name is May. She's actually hunting, or will I say hunting for someone to feed on. And he takes a liking to her, he falls, for her and everything. And eventually, he really takes a liking to her, But what he doesn't realize is that this girl is a vampire, full-blown vampire. And what it is that he takes such a liking to him that she starts to feel some feelings for him. And she tells him, it's like, what time is, it's like, it's almost dawn. You're like, well, that's kind of far off. And like I said, he really likes this girl, but she's trying to tell him, like, I got to get back, because I don't want to burn up and everything. She didn't say all that, but she just lets him know that she needs to get out of here in a hurry. She doesn't want to see the sunlight. So to add, like I said, make it real quick, he wants to kiss her because he really likes this girl. She starts kissing him, and all of a sudden, because like I say, she's there to hunt. She's not there to, socialize. She bites him on the neck, and like I say, takes a big bite out of him and everything. And he drops her off where she was and everything. And he starts to go back to his ranch where his father and sister are living. And as the sun is coming up, he's walking, and all of a sudden he's just like starting to smoke. He's like starting to feel like Bill bad. He's like, what's going on here? It's like, and he's really feeling agitated. It's like he's starting to really heat up. Then comes this SUV coming around, and these people grab him. This Bill Paxton's character grabs him up and picks him up, and he's about to kill him, But then May, tells him, Lance Hendrick's character and Jeanette Goldstein's character is like, he's already bitten, so he's changed. So the simple fact is he's been changed for the worst. And they say, well, we got to take him with him because he's changed now. So they take him on this journey. And the thing is, he's got to make his first kill in order to show that he is part of the pack. Otherwise, they're going to execute him. They're going to X him out. So they do these usual routines and just make sure to let you know, it's him, like I say, Bill Paxton's character, it's Lance Hendricks, it's like I said, Janine Goldstein, and it's this boy, I forget what his name is. His name is Homer. Homer. Yeah, that's right, Homer in the film. And they're all part of this pack. And, they, like I say, they've been around for a while. They hunt people for food, for blood and everything. But they got to make sure that they're in before the sun comes up. So they give I forget what his name is in the movie. I just watched the damn thing. The simple fact is he's supposed to make his own kill. Otherwise, they're gonna kill him. So when they go on this first journey to for him to do his first kill, May is with him. They're in this truck. They're in this truck driver's cab, and she's telling him, "Go ahead and try to fight this guy," but he doesn't want to do it. You know, he's resistant to it. So when he finally says, you know, it's like, I mean, he rather die than do it. She bites the truck driver and feeds him her blood through her veins, you know, and that's the only way he can live. But bottom line is, the other three, they're saying, you know, we're getting tired of this. So they take him to this bar, and they pretty much say, you're either going to kill somebody, drink somebody's blood, or like I said, we're going to kill you. And I'm telling you, this scene right here is ruthless. They kill everybody in there, you know. Bill Paxton's character, boy, I got to give it to him. He really does this scene well. You know, he really lives it up. He does some crazy shit in here. He does one guy when he fights him, and he said, "Finger exactly." He said, "Finger looking good." You know, I'm like, this dude is really, because the character he's playing is kind of psychotic. You know, so he's living it up. So there's one last person in that bar where, you know, that the character that's supposed to be trying to kill him, trying to drink his blood, May goes up to him.
Caleb's his name, I think.
Yeah. And he's going to kill, he's going to do it, but he lets him get away. He lets him get away. And they say, you know what? Okay, forget it. You know, we're going to kill you, but we know his son's coming up. We'll do it another time. So when they get to a hotel, or I think it's like a small shack, they get in there and they think they're safe and everything. But then the person that dude let go, Caleb, that's what his name is, Caleb. Caleb, the dude he let go, he calls the cops, and they find the place where the group is. And when they find out where it is, they say, well, you know what? We're going to go out blazing if we can. So they start shooting up the place, as the cops do. Mm-hmm. Well, first it was Bill Paxton's character. He shoots through the door. He say, it's how you say it? He said it's out checkout time. You know, he shoots, kills one of the cops, and that light that ball of light, that shine light that comes through, it hits him. You know, it hurts. But that shows like how dangerous the situation, how dire the situation is for them. So they shoot up the place, the cops do, and show the vampires. The dude, Caleb, figures like, let me go try to get the van so we can get out of here. He gets the van. He almost catches on fire, which he does in a way, just a blanket. But he managed to get the van. He drives to the shed, gets him out of there, and somehow that adds him to the group. You know, they say, okay, we give you props for that. Great. So once he does that, okay, he figured like, well, this is the way I'm going to live since I love May and everything. Caleb feels like, well, I got to leave whatever I have behind, let that be. Mm. And he's okay with that, you know, because he got someone he loves. But the twist comes in. Caleb's family, his father and his sister, are actually looking for him. And they're in this motel. And the little one, Homer, this is the little side note I got to bring up. Homer, he's like 14 or 13 years old or something, or 12 years old. But the thing is, he can't grow. See, he was bitten when he was that young. He's mature in his head. He's old in his mind, you know, mentally. But body-wise, he can never grow to an adult. And it was mentioned before that, you know how hard it is to, be an adult, want to do something in the child's body. And Bill Paxton carries it. Do you know how hard it is to hear it every night? So he sees Caleb's sister, out, and he asks, can you come? You want to come back to mine? Because he takes a liking to her. And if you really think about it, it's kind of weird because mentally he's like maybe I say like 40 or 50 years old, and this girl's like 11. It's like, dude, you might have the body of a 12-year-old, but that's still statutory rape. But anyway, the point is, he brings her back to the room, and he's trying to take a liking to her.
You're monetized.
And the thing is, Caleb is out with May, and they come back, and he sees his sister. It's like, oh my God, you should slap me. He said, I should, So here's where it starts to get kind of spicy, as some would say. They are living. They're in another motel room, and Janine Costein's character tells Bill Paxton's character to go bring him to the room. He brings him into the room because they're looking for Caleb. And Caleb sees him and everything, and everything's like, okay, we got a confliction here. And Caleb actually tells his family, it's like, I'm with them now, so I can't be with you guys no more. So it has to end like that. But his dad ain't having that. And he tells him, you're either coming with me or not. And he pulls out a gun. He pulls it at Lance Henderson's character. And this is the badass moment right here. Lance Henderson says, go ahead and pull that. Go ahead and pull the trigger on me. Go ahead and do it. The dad pulls the trigger on him. He shoots him. It hits him. And then all of a sudden he just coughs up that bullet, puts it in his pocket of his shirt. That's a souvenir. I'm like, that's such a badass moment. He gets shot. It's like, whatever, bitch. You just shot me. That's not doing nothing to me. And then he starts to break his hand. But when Sarah, the sister, he's trying to break it up and everything. She opened his door, and the sun. And they don't even realize it's daylight. They open the door. That sunlight blazes in, because they was going to kill the family, and Caleb too. That sun blazes in, and they gets like shit. They try to cover up, and they escape that way. So you figure, okay, Caleb's back with his family, but so what? He's still a vampire. Caleb gets the bright idea saying, Dad, you think you could do a blood transfusion or anything like that? This is a moment where the mythos of vampirism comes into play. It sounds crazy, but the father does a blood transfusion on Caleb, and surprisingly it works. So, okay, he comes back to normal. Now, somehow the group is still looking for Caleb and his family, and May finds him, and she could tell that he's back to human. It's like, you're human again. And this is, like I say, this is where the movie gets crazy, man. This is where it gets really crazy. And there's a scene coming up that I really like that really brings this movie to a head in terms of, action. Because, before, there's little bits and pieces of action, but here's where it gets crazy. Okay. They're trying to search, and they kidnap the sister because the Homer wants this girl so bad. This shows how horny he is. I can say he's horny. Let's just say that. He's horny. He goes after get the sister. They grab her and everything. But in the meantime of all this, Bill Paxton's character, catches up to Severin. Just Severin. They think it. Severin's character. Severin catches up with Caleb, and Caleb's on a horse. I think his car gets slashed. His tires get slashed. So he gets on a horse going after them and everything. And when he finally catches up with Serene, the horse gets spooked because they don't like vampires. They can tell something that's undead. So Serene's going to kill him, but he managed to get away, and he sees this truck coming. This is the part that I love so much about Bill Paxton's character Reed, but he is just a crazy nut. He Caleb gets in the truck. He said, we gotta get out of here now. And the truck driver, this part I love right here. The truck driver says, you better get out of here by the time I count to 5. And he starts counting. He says, 1, 2, 4, and Serene shoots his head, bullseye, shoots him in the head straight on. So Caleb figures like, shit, and I'm in a truck, he puts the guy away, he's dead now. He drives, the truck right into Serene, and Caleb just, Serene just walking like badass, kind of like this, and everything. And he runs him over, thinks he runs him over, Caleb does. And he's like, whoa, I'm good, Then Serene comes up, he starts breaking inside the engine, started ripping up. He said, hey, Caleb, fasten your fucking seatbelt, So you see he's going crazy because he's been hit, he's got to blood it up. And he just started ripping out the innards of the truck. And Caleb said, I got to do something right now. So he managed to hit the brake and jackknife this truck, which is a tanker truck, by the way. And the truck is like almost like on fire. And as soon as he gets out, Caleb jumps out, the truck, Serene goes up in a ball of flame. The truck just blows up. It just goes up. And I say to myself, well, Serene went out in a blaze of glory. He gets killed. So I'm like, okay, he went out badass. So Lex Harrison and Janine's character come up, and they see Caleb again. And Caleb, trying to get it right. Lance Henriksen's character says to him, Serene might have been somebody. Yeah, he might have been somebody, but the last thing you're gonna hear is your intestines snapping like a bullwhip. I'm like, this dude, he's a badass. He's just a badass. He's just a crazy motherfucker. So he manages to get away because it's getting ready to get sunlight. It's getting ready to get daylight. So they managed to kidnap the sister again, and they're driving away. And Caleb trying to follow them. They're trying to get away, and they're gonna get away. But this is where May, finally grows. She always had a conscience, but she rather makes a final decision and says, I'm gonna, sacrifice myself and get the sister out of here, Sarah out of here. She breaks through the window, and dude, this shows how Homer, my God, how the bottom line is Homer is just horny. He wants the girl so bad that he risks his body. He jumps out the car. He's like, Sarah, he's running after her. He's like, Sarah, he's catching on fire. And all of a sudden, before the two, Janine and Lance Henriksen's character comes, he just explodes into a bowl of just a blaze of ball of fire. I'm just like, dude, you could have, not gone no further if you not been horny, But the bottom line is, they figure since they're probably going to die, since they're in the sunlight, they start to come towards Caleb and May and Sarah, and the sun is letting in and everything, and all of a sudden, the car starts to come apart, and then all of a sudden, it just blows up because they catch on fire. It's just, they blow up, And in the end, Caleb does to May what he was done by his father. She gives her a transfusion of his blood, and she becomes human again, because we don't really know how long she's been a vampire, but she's been a vampire for a minute. And in a way, kind of a bow to the movie, it ends like that. It ends with the fact that they are together, but they're both human now, and she's human now, and they can live however long they want to. And that's pretty much the film in a nutshell. It's pretty straightforward, but it's a very good film for the budget that they had, because like I say, the effects that they have in there, they're pretty good, considering that it was not computer generated, nothing like that. It was practical, but it is a very good film for the time. And I'm telling you, and I think it still works now, but that's Near Dark in a nutshell. It's pretty much a film that's a vampire film, hardcore, but it takes on its own mythos of how vampirism works. Because as I say, blood transfusions, I don't think that would work in that mind, but that's what the director, Catherine Bigelow, was suggesting. And she wanted to take her own mythos on how it works for this kind of film. But yeah, I mean, this film, it's a basic fantasy kind of horror, but it's more of a Western type film, you know, because that's what they was going for, kind of a Western type. Because as I say, the character Caleb, he's on a ranch, and that's what he's basically what he is. He's a rancher and everything. But yeah, the film, that's what it is. It's just that. I mean, a Western film with vampires in them, and it's giving you a taste of what, you know, you could do something different when it comes to dealing with vampires. Because like I say, when I first saw this film, I was like, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be enjoying this too much, but it's a really good film if you give it a chance, you know, and people have really stated that they never really heard of it. I mean, other people have said they never heard, but it's a film where it's very unique in terms of showing how vampires work and how others, you know, can say vampires are not looked up in this film as vampires. They're vampires, but for them, when they drink blood, it's more of a drug for them. And that's kind of the thing, the mythos of what it is all about. But that's the underlining of what Dear Dark is, and that's basically what it's about, you know. And like I say, if you've seen it, you know, like I say, you know what I'm talking about. It's a badass film, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, fuck, man, you can't. It's so crazy with freaking 80s love stories, bro. Like in the 80s, I swear, like when the 80s movies start, I don't care if it's fantasy, horror, whatever, bro. I mean, the characters in 80s freaking films fall in love like in the first 5 minutes. You see, they fall in love in the first 5 minutes, bro. It's like, okay, you see right there, okay, 3 minutes, okay, I'm in love with you. That's it. We're gonna do
right.
This. That's the way the 80s is, bro. And I'm like, that's why, like when I first saw it and he mentioned that, I was like, man, that was just crazy, bro. But yeah, I mean,
and this movie's no different. It has that, yeah.
No, but we'll head out to we'll hand it over to DJ Nubis. I want to get his opinion on it, man. I know he's a horror film fanatic too, man. So let's see, let us have it, DJ Nubis.
Yes.
I have a love-hate relationship with this film.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
What it has going for it is that it's not glamorized. It's not. You don't have sparkly vampires in the sun. It's very gritty, dark, violent. Yeah, you know, Bigelow did a really, like Walter was saying, Bigelow took a lot of chances with this, and she created her own story, and she went like just bare bones with it. And the interesting thing about the film is, and I didn't even know at the time because I didn't know it was true, they never mentioned the word vampire in the film at all.
Wow.
So, but we know what they are, but we just, you know, it's kind of funny they never actually mention it. The other cool thing is that kind of drew me to it was, at the time, you had Henriksen, Paxton, and Goldstein, all of whom were also in Aliens the year before. So that was kind of cool. May being played by Jenny Wright. I don't know if you guys ever seen The Lawnmower Man, but that's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So she's a good actress. I appreciated that. You know, when it came to Homer, it's funny because Walter was saying how horny he was. My interpretation of his character was that, you know, he was one of the oldest vampires there, despite his age as a body.
Yeah.
And he just seemed very lonely. He kept seeing like Henriksen's character and Goldstein being together, and then of course when May got Caleb, he just kind of felt left out. And like, Paxton's character gives a rat's ass. He was like total chaos. You know, that's all he was all about. Yeah. The cool thing about this film, though, at the time, it didn't do very well financially or really critically because it was being compared to The Lost Boys around the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, ironically, though, as the years have passed by, people have looked more down on Lost Boys and actually praised Near Dark more because of it, the risk that it took for Bigelow to do that and not make it so pretty and everything else. So I just thought that was really kind of cool. The bar scene is definitely my favorite scene in it because it's just nuts, totally nuts. Mm-hmm. And I read that Lance Henriksen actually said that this is his personal favorite film that he's ever done. So that says a lot considering what career that guy's had.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know if I would say I'm like the biggest fan of the film. Like, I do like it. That's why I say I have like this love-hate relationship with it, because like I'll watch it once in a blue moon and I can appreciate it, but like I don't find myself watching it time and time again. Then again, I'm not the biggest vampire guy unless it's like Blade or some shit like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a good film. I definitely tell people to watch it and check it out because it's worth the watch for sure. Especially for Paxton's character, he stole the entire movie. You just didn't see that coming at all, but
you actually don't.
No, you don't. You know who he is, but you're just kind of like, my God, that dude's character is nuts. It's like insane. So yeah, good film. Good film.
No, yeah, man. I mean, I asked Ronan if he had seen it, but he said it's been a while since you've seen it, huh?
Yeah,
Ronan. Yeah, I mean,
but all I can say is that I like the cast in it. I mean, it's a great cast. They did a really good job in it. I mean, I've bought it maybe a couple years ago on a blind buy because I had a couple friends tell me how good it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got the special edition, which was surprisingly, cool because it was the one with the flashy cover, like
it
was really flashy.
Yeah.
And it was a blind buy, so when I bought it, I mean, it was a blind buy. When I watched it, I liked it. It combined like a love story, a Western, all that combined, So, I mean, I appreciated it a lot, so. But, yeah, I mean, like Anubis said, Bill Paxton, he's a nut, especially with his spurs when he kicked the guy with the spurs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that scene.
I think the only thing that hurts this film is the pacing, and it could be budget issues, but I think that's really where some of my problems come with. Is like the pacing seems a little off, so it's hard to kind of get into each character because, like Walter was saying, Henriksen's character is very interesting and he's a badass, but you don't always get to see that because they've got so much other shit going on. So.
Yeah, they didn't put a lot of attention. They didn't put a lot of attention on Jeanette and Lance's characters too much.
No, they didn't.
And when they did, they tore it up, man. Like I could see why Lance says that it's one of his favorite films because he was one of his favorite films to be in because he just cut loose, dude. He just cut loose. Like you hardly ever see him in besides I don't know if you guys see Stone Cold, but what do you call it? With,
I've
I know
seen
you guys see that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one. Like I mean, that one's a lot of that. They say that one bombed. A lot of people don't like the movie, but I thought it was pretty good. But anyway,
I thought
I liked it too. That was a good one too.
Lance was able to I guess that's why he likes it because he was able to fucking do what he fucking wanted and just be who like he took that character and just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna be this wild fucking crazy vampire leader and I mean like he was, and then he just looked, he could tell he had fun, dude. He's like, fuck it, I'm just doing it. It's probably like, you know what, it's not that it's a low budget film, but fuck it, dude. And it was so low budget, dude. It was so low budget that they didn't even have freaking prosthetic vampire teeth. If you guys didn't notice,
yeah,
right.
They did not have. Oh, what's up, film? What's up, film fanatic? You got film dog in the house.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, man.
F.
What's up?
Yeah, we got him. There he is, right there. What's up,
Weren't
Phil?
you on the stream, fool?
Dude, I gave you the invite, dude. I gave you the invite. You should come jump in, bro.
If you want to, you can, bro. We was right.
Jump in. But no, you know what? It just, dude, there was no prosthetic vampire teeth or anything. So I was like, okay, but what they did with Caleb was just a basic, young guy that, wants to get laid and falls in love with the first girl he sees in 3 minutes. And fucking, it's just crazy, dude. It's crazy. And his character was, it's the kind of character you want to root for, but he's still kind of a pussy. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I was like, all right, but he's just, it's just, I was like,
he's
all right,
a typical male, basically. That's what he is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
he was.
I did have an interesting thing was because you mentioned the guy that played Caleb. I don't know what role they were supposed to have, but there was a couple other actors that were supposed to be wanted to do the film. One was Johnny Depp, but both of them turned it down because of the script.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I understand that, but I mean, he did good as an actor. It's just and May also she also did he says he might jump in, bro. So
Okay.
let's see, we'll wait up for him. But what do you call it? But yeah, but I mean, he did a good job. All the actors did good. I mean, they were decent. It's just like you said, like DJ was saying, the pace was so quick. It was so like I mean, it would go from I never knew that freaking I never knew the difference between dawn and freaking dark would be so fucking fast and shit, dude. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, like the pacing was real quick, and I would have liked if they would have added more of a backstory to Lance, to Jesse. It was Jesse. It was Diamondback. Diamondback was Jeanette Goldstein's character, and then it was Homer the kid, and it was May the teenage vampire. It was like a family, bro. It was like the most dysfunctional vampire family I've ever seen. So like, you're like, yeah.
From the way that you guys,
go ahead, Jet.
I was gonna say the way that you guys put it, it sounds a lot more functional than the Collin family. Also, I looked it up because I actually want to say you said about the budget they didn't have enough perspective, so I looked it up. They had over 5,100 budget, and the opening weekend was 635 $89.
Wow.
Domestic gross was a lot, and worldwide was over 3 million, 369 337 307. Sorry, I don't know. My brain's yeah. So it sounds like from the worldwide it made a lot of money, but the budget for what it was back then in 1987, especially after Aliens, it sounds like a reasonable budget.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I think I was comparing it more to like maybe what the Lost Boys had to work with compared to that one, you know what I mean? So that's good, Doug. Because like if it's kind of like when Rodriguez did El Mariachi. If you take a small budget and you still make a lot of money off it, that's good. You know what I mean? So.
Well, look, if they make a great movie despite a small budget, it's still effective. It doesn't matter if the budget's, if the budget shows or not, because it will still draw people in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it's definitely got a cult following now, man. And I even saw, if I can remember, I don't know if it was DJ Anubis's. I think it was on social media. He said that it's one of your top 10 best vampire films. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of the top 10s. Yeah, it was one of the top 10, and I was like, man, that's what told me to contact you and see if you wanted to join. That's why, because I saw it, and I had never seen it yet, and I saw it a few days, and I was surprised by it. I was surprised that that it was a risk. It was a gamble. It was a gamble for a film to for the director for her to do it. But I mean, down the line, man, it's still got a cult. It's got a cult following now, and the way. Just the way Bill Paxton embraced that fucking role, dude. He embraced that role and did it to a T, bro. Because, I mean, like,
well, that's the thing. Like Walter said, it's a unique take on the vampire lore, and that's why it's up in my top 10. Because even though I have some issues with it, there isn't anything else there like it out there right now. So,
no, exactly. And it doesn't even it doesn't even talk about mysticism. It doesn't mention mysticism. It doesn't mention anything about being like a virus. It doesn't mention anything about goody freaking aristocratic vampires and shit. It's just like straight raw. It's like raw, like the way somebody would be in real life, but as a vampire. Right. As a vampire.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why it connected with a lot of people. I guess that's why. They didn't because they didn't add flying like the Lost Boys did. They didn't add the crazy eye makeup. They didn't add the super big freaking prosthetic teeth. And like you were saying, DJ Anubis, that's another good point, dude. Like they didn't. that's what I mean. Lost Boys was more successful when it first came out, but they started, I guess, like you were saying, people now kind of embrace more of the movie Near Dark because it's so like, I guess because it connects so much with society, was like the way society was at the time. People going to bars, crazy people, the 80s, drugs, just freaking killing homeless people or whatever. And yeah, it was because I did. It was the right thing. Yeah.
Also, the Lost Boys was a lot more. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No problem, man. No, go ahead.
I was going to say that the Lost Boys was also a lot more commercial as well, because you have Warner Brothers backing it. And did you guys? What cut did you guys get? Because I'm looking at it and it says alternate versions. The UK cut on video in 1988 was missing 14 seconds of BBFC cuts, Diamondback opening and closing, and also it says here it was banned in Sweden.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure. I mean, I watched it more recently on Shudder, so
I got mine through Anchor Bay.
Okay.
The Anchor Bay release. I have that one.
I've only seen it on
TV. I mean, I was just saying, I'm only seen it on TV. I haven't had it on video yet, but that's I've never seen that particular cut. But I mean, the one I saw was the one I mentioned. So yeah.
I might have to get mine out. So it's upstairs, so I have to get mine out.
Okay.
But it's the Anchor Bay release, the 2-disc special edition for it.
That's what I need to do. Give me a special edition.
It's on Blu-ray too, but I don't know if it's the special edition for Blu-ray, but it's on Blu-ray too.
Is it? Oh,
I didn't even know that.
See, that's what I'm saying. If it's on Blu-ray, I definitely gotta get it.
I saw the standard one. I think I saw the standard. I saw it on my freaking. I saw it on my freaking Fire Stick. So I think I saw the standard one because it just had the exact same promotional picture I saw that I used for the thumbnail is the same exact one that I saw on my TV. So I think it was a standard version. I didn't even know I didn't know they had that many versions. I didn't even know I had that many versions.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of them. See, that's why I can appreciate a picture like this. As Jay was mentioning, Lost Boys was more commercial because it was financed by a major studio. This one was, so low budget. It wasn't made by major studio. So, but I think that's why it has a long standing with the fact that it had to do with the budget, in terms of doing whatever to do the thing. And I think that's where the creativity comes in when it does that. Pictures like this that are low budget are able to bring to something that you can remember, and like I said, with the money that they did have, I'm surprised they were able to pull off things like that jackknifing scene where it blows up and everything, stuff like that, stuff like that costs money, especially for a low budget film like this, but still they able to pull it off. And with the limitations that they had, you see that it has this cult following, and I'm just glad that films like this don't, wither away and just, be anonymous. They just there, but you hear them, but it's like, well, I don't even know what this film is. I mean, I don't know what this is about. I don't think I'd be interested in it. But this one really has that standing power, and you see it's still here. And like I say, when I mentioned it to you, I figured I didn't know if he was gonna actually like it or not. But when you said it, you really dug it. It's like, well, see, that shows how much of an impact it really has, because that's what it did to me. So, yeah, I'm glad it just has that time.
No, yeah, I liked it because of Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, and Jeanette Goldstein. That's the reason why I really liked it, bro.
Right.
you got Hudson, you got Bishop, and you got Vasquez all in the freaking same movie. So I'm like,
I guarantee you, I thought at first this was almost a sequel to Aliens for some reason. I figured all these characters died and they're coming back into this film here, but it's like, no, that's not what it is. It's just that they're playing in this picture. It's like they all got together and here they are, and it's like they pulled it off well,
Well, hold on a second. I'll be right back and we go get it and show you what guys when I got.
Cool.
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man. Game over.
I want to apologize if I've jumped into anyone's conversations or if I've interrupted. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, man.
You're good, Dad.
You're
You're good, Dad. Don't worry about it,
Well,
bro.
you good.
Don't need to apologize, man. It's like you haven't seen it. You never saw it. You've never seen it. So it's cool to ask questions. You know, it's all good to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I
all
wanted
good,
to
man.
contribute a bit. I felt bad because I wasn't contributing, and I was like, I like, okay, I'll look at. I just wanted to pitch in, like I wanted to do my part.
You
Man,
did
no
good,
problem, bro.
man. You did good.
You're doing your part.
Yeah.
You're doing your part, just being a part of the stream, bro. That's all. You're
it.
doing your part, just being a part of the stream, bro. That's all. That's all we
That's
need.
what
We got. Like you said, like
You
film
definitely gotta
says.
check it out, though. You gotta check it out. You gotta find a
Yeah.
way.
I definitely, I will find it. This thing is difficult.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's-
that's sexy,
Oh, wow.
boy.
Love
That's
that cover.
sexy.
That's nice.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh God.
That's DVD. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh
There
wow.
it is.
That looks cool, man. That looks cool.
Oh, yeah, all
Okay.
the characters. That's
Oh,
pretty
there
sweet.
Wow.
it is.
Okay.
How
said
How much
that's
did you get it for?
DVD?
I got it for I think $5 at a thrift store.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay.
Dude, that's a steal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Huge steal, bro.
And not me
Huge
thrift
steal.
stores.
I know you say you always love thrift stores, man. There's a thrift store like I live like 5 minutes away. Actually, I'm gonna hit that shit up. I'm gonna hit that shit up tomorrow.
Yeah, man, you find a lot of gems there.
Huh.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, I'll show you
but
my
it's
pickups after we're done discussing the movie. I got some pickups.
cool, man. No, yeah, but what do you call it? No, I mean I like it so far. So that's everybody's take on Near Dark, man. I was surprised. Like I was surprised. I mean, yeah, the thing that did get me, man, was the fucking the blood transfusion. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I
What
mean
the fuck?
that's
Blood transfusion. I was like, okay, hold on. Okay, we got.
Yeah, I initially
there he
thought
is.
that if they had fed, that the transfusion wouldn't work. That's kind of how I interpreted it. But
there he is.
Oh,
Dominic.
Damn.
There he
FF.
is, the man of the
What's
hour.
up,
My
my
brother.
What's up,
The
my
man
brother?
of the
Saying
hour. Chilling, bro. Chilling. Talking movies and film. Film fanatic,
what
bro.
what I miss? Everything.
Chilling, man.
I was just showing the fellas my Near Dark copy on DVD.
Nice.
Did you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh,
that's
shiny.
great.
That's really good, though. I have to
special edition.
Yep.
$5.
Is that a Blu-ray? No.
DVD.
Nice.
2 disc.
Awesome.
say that's DVD.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, and just to mention, this is the largest freaking panel we've ever had on the Sci-Fi Society podcast, dude. So
Yes.
add that to that, baby boys,
Love it.
man. Like to thank you guys for joining. Even though Phil, you just got here, bro. We'll shoot the shit for a while longer, and that's why, like I said, I know you're busy and stuff. But next time, like I said, when we do consensus, dude, we're gonna freaking we'll add the same people if we want. We can add maybe the same people or more. So
I love that.
yeah, man. But let's get since Phil just jumped in, and he's a vampire. He's a vampire crazy. He's a vampire crazy fanatic. So, dude, give us your take on Near Dark, dog.
Oh, just a little bit. My Near Dark. Can I just talk about Twilight instead?
That's a better movie than Twilight, sir. A better movie than Twilight.
Look, Phil Fanatic. I will reach through this phone and grab you for talking about that, man. Okay?
All right.
I told you,
Let me retract
man.
that comment. Let me retract that
Twilight
comment.
copy you
man.
gave me. I put it on as a coaster, dude. I used that as a coaster.
Hey, fanatic. Hey, fanatic. I think you got the wrong show. You got to go to Samurais for the Twilight.
Oh!
I hope he doesn't watch this.
Bah, bah, bah. Ooh,
You are banned, sir. You are
shots
banned.
fired. Man, DJ Anubis, those are fighting words, man.
Oh God, that's good.
I hear Samurai Papa like,
Oh,
Anubis, are you right there? You are banned, sir. You are banned.
Man.
Oh, yeah, I can see
I've seen a purple
Sam
coat.
right now. He's like, I'm gonna get
just for that, man, you guys are such badasses. I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you good,
Near
man.
Dark.
Welcome to the family.
It's a family film, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Near Dark. When did Near Dark come out? 1987. So that's the same year that Lost Boys came out. You got to keep that in mind. I think they're like a month or two apart from each other. But Walter commented on our vampire group page, man. Like Catherine Bigelow, man, we got to give it up to her, man. Give a hats off to her, because without her, this movie wouldn't have been made, right? So this is her first big film, because I think she made a low budget film before this one, but this is her first like studio backing, and with that being said, she had a co-writer. I forget his name, but
Eric Red.
Right, they did a great job, putting the Western and horror genres together, and it was a great concept, great cast, and at that time I think she was with James Cameron, and James Cameron like kind of suggested this already ensemble of great actors, who he worked with previously in Aliens, right? So with Henderson and Bill Paxton and Jeanette Goldstein, and with those three, man, you could see in that movie clearly they have chemistry. When they're on screen, they're scene stealers. I don't care what actor those actors were around them. They're gonna steal the scene, and they're so charismatic, especially with Lance, man, being the lead vampire. Wow. I don't know if you guys know, like they had open range to work on their characters. So, and the choices that Lance made, man, I was really fascinated and really intrigued, because for his character, I think he tapped into like the older what was it? No, he wanted to be, his stories. His character was a Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
His Confederate soldier. So with that being said, it's like hundreds of years old, and being a Confederate soldier, you think about, okay, so their vision of America is like, or the world's like, there's no equality of men, right? There's always a hierarchy. There's this, there's different branches, and with that being said, like him being a vampire, he feels more supremacy than other individuals, right? He's stronger, he's mortal, he could do whatever he wants, right? And it shows in his character. Like when you look at his eyes, his demeanor, the way he looks when he comes on screen, it's like, man, this guy's been through some shit, right?
Right.
Fuck, man, I don't want to mess with this guy. And then you got, supporting cast with Bill Paxton, crazy Bill Paxton, and then you got Diamondback, Jeanette Goldstein, who's amazing, and then you get Homer. I forget the kid actor who played Homer, but did you guys know that he's Jason Patrick's half brother from Lost Boys?
Yeah, I read that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And both films came out in the same year. But
I just saw him
Wow.
in Class of 1999. He's in that too.
Yeah, he was in there too.
Yeah,
there,
that's
there
right.
you go.
Good movie.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, man, I really liked it. I like the story. I love the concept. I love the dirty grittiness, just craziness vampire film, and what I love too is like they don't go down the line of the conventional mythology of vampires. Like you see Jesse, he has a revolver and it has a cross, right, on the on the handle, right, right, and with vampires they can't hold on to crosses, right, and like in this movie, they don't even have fangs, they don't show that garlic and those conventional things that harm a vampire, right. Except for what? The sun.
Sunlight.
Right.
Sunlight, yeah.
Right. Which is their antagonist throughout the movie, right? Because most of the shots are shot in the evening. So sorry guys, I just rambled on, man. I apologize.
Talk about it.
Hey, you say you.
So did you guys ever talk about
deep film?
Huh?
What's up?
No, did you guys already talk about Near Dark and gave your points?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Thoughts about
yeah.
the
We already, yeah, we
Okay.
did. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Right when you came in. That's why we asked because we already gave our take, and Jad hasn't seen it yet. So that's another recommendation he
Oh,
can actually.
I'm sorry, Jad. Spoilers, bro.
No, it's okay. I knew. It's okay. I knew. I was trying all night to find this to find it, and I was like, "Fuck!" I couldn't, and I really wanted to see it because when I heard Catherine Bigelow was behind it, and then Bill Paxton, Janine Goldstein, and Lance all these guys from Aliens are behind. I'm like, "Fuck!" But no, it's okay. Actually, I do want to ask a question to you guys, and we all love zombies and vampires, but do you guys ever feel like the law of vampires is never really consistent with each film?
I can say right now, no, because as I mentioned before, this film takes on the vampire lore to a different, discussion as far as what is there. Because like I say, Film Fanatic brought off the fact there's no sense of garlic. We don't see them having fangs. We see that there's no cross. We don't see no crosses work on. All those things totally are not there. And like I say, each film that I've seen that deals with vampirism, they give their own take on it. Like, I'll give you an example. Blade. When it came out, the notion of silver, I was just like, okay, wait a minute. Silver is supposed to work on werewolves. At least I thought they were. But then they took on the mythos of taking silver and they added to the fact that it could kill them too. And the interesting thing is, this was really interesting. 2 years later, Dracula 2000 came out and brought up the same notion that silver could kill a vampire. And they actually go back to reason why silver was something that was deadly to Dracula. But it's like, I won't mention it, but it's amazing how, and it shows how old he is. But you realize like, oh, this is the reason. And I guess maybe they saw Blade and say, let me take my own take on that mythos and say, use the silver aspect and see how, it works on here, But yeah, to me, I feel that they always change up what works and what doesn't in terms of vampires. Some pictures say that vampires can walk in the sun, they can walk in the sunlight, where others, you definitely burn to a crisp, crosses in holy water, they won't work. When some other films, they really will. Some will be traditional and using those items, but yeah, for me, I think they do. They change it up to kind of, not to be so the same thing as the other, sci-fi, horror vampire films, because I think they want to give something different to the audience. But in my mindset, I think that's what they do. They just try to change it up. But that's just my opinion. That's just my take.
Yeah.
I agree. Gojiri 51. The Multiverse of Madness Vampire Edition.
Oh yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah, but no, it's you know what, they use that aspect in Dracula Untold with silver. The silver, silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's right. I've seen that film. That's right.
A lot of people
I
forget. Don't worry.
I like that. I actually like that film. I thought, what's his name again? Shit, Luke Evans. I thought Luke Evans played Dracula great, man. I thought he was a great Dracula. I like that film. I know it's not the best film, but that's if that actual film was gonna be the beginning of a MonsterVerse, or a legendary MonsterVerse. They were gonna do that, but I didn't. But like I said, I guess it didn't meet expectations and it bombed, so that's why they didn't continue it. And then they try to do it with the Mummy. They try to do it with the Mummy again with Tom Cruise, and that you guys know how that fucking shit turned. You guys know how that turned out. But yeah, man.
And they're trying it again with the Invisible Man.
With the who?
The Invisible Man.
They're trying to reboot.
That was good though. Invisible Man was good.
Yeah, the Invisible Man was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was actually a clever take on.
Exactly. That's a different.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet, man. I gotta watch that.
Good.
It's good.
Yeah, check it out. It's it's this take on like Anubis said, it's a different take on the mythos of Invisible Man. Yeah, that's what I love about films like that. It's like they don't follow the rules by saying, okay, let's stick to what this is. I mean, yeah, it's like, say, a Invisible Man or a werewolf or a vampire, but it's their own way of saying, okay, this is their take on changing the game a little bit and showing how different it is. I mean, the American Werewolf in London, it was an example of how you don't have the standard, werewolf man on being a bipedal creature. It's showing a werewolf being on all fours, and that's how it can be. It shows right there. You don't have to follow the rules when it comes to the traditional stories of, like I say, vampires, werewolves, and other various, creatures like that. Change it up. I mean, this gives people a variety of saying, this is what we could say can and would be if you want to tell a good story, and I feel like if we tell a good story, yeah, change it up, because you ain't got to necessarily follow the rules all the time. Because I've seen many werewolf films, I've seen many vampire films, and of course I've seen many zombie films that don't follow every inclination of what the previous ones have done. They do something different. And I feel like if you don't do that, it starts to get stale, it starts to get boring. It just starts to becomes like, why are we doing this? Because I don't know if you guys noticed, previously, like before the 2000s started, you didn't see a whole lot of zombie films in between 80s and the 90s. I mean, especially in the 90s, you didn't really see none. But when the 90s got started, you started seeing a little bit of zombie films starting to kind of start up. You see it in Resident Evil. Then you saw it in that kind of remake of Dawn of the Dead, which I have to say, that's pretty good. I actually say pretty decent. You see some other ones. And it's like, say, you do something different with every inclination. Because before, zombies used to be kind of slow, but the ones in the like Resident Evil and especially in Dawn of the Dead, they're as fast as fuck. So it's like
that was a complete game changer. When I saw that,
yes,
and saw the fast zombies, I'm like, we are fucked.
And this is why I say, don't stay with the norm of what people think is supposed to be. Change it up. I mean, that's why I give it to the people who make these kind of films. They change it up. They change something different. They don't stick to the rules. If you stick to the basic Bible of what it's supposed to be, it's going to die out pretty quick. And that's why we still have those kind of films now, because I feel like that's why we still have them, they still make them, because they always change it up.
Yeah, you can't always stick to formula.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
As long as the story's good, right?
Hey, excuse me for a minute, guys.
No, we just say as long as you make the story good, good acting, good directing, change it up. You have to.
Yeah.
Make it a good film,
As long as you know what you're doing, because there's a lot of films out there that, want to make it a certain genre, but then they screw it up.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a time that, vampire movies were like just like same old shit, right? And then freaking 30 Days a Night came out.
That was good. I like that one. That was good.
That was crazy,
I like that one too.
Yeah, they really made those vampires like monstrous, like they're just preying on whatever's out there.
Well,
even now,
they made that pretty unique because of the fact that they were in Alaska, right? And they were in snow, and that's like a great concept,
Very, right. Yeah, if you were a vampire, where would you go, right? You make, go and Google, do some research, release them out of sunlight. Let's go. That's a perfect place.
You talking about 30 Days a Night?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I mean, just the beginning. There's a beginning shot. With Ben Foster. Guys, you know who Ben Foster is, right? Jeez, that guy could act his ass off.
Yeah.
Creepy as fuck. I'm like, oh, I'm in. What is this movie? And then you get that.
Yeah, man. The one I've been wanting to watch, man. Now that we brought werewolves into it, that I haven't seen yet, and I want to see it, dude. I'm gonna buy the DVD or the Blu-ray. Is Dog Soldiers.
That's classic, dude. That's awesome.
Great film.
Exactly. What?
Great film. That's a
Oh
great
my God,
film, man.
I still haven't seen it, bro. I have
Yeah.
not seen
I
it.
love you,
man.
Daniel, but you're killing me, brother. You're killing me.
You're killing us, Smalls.
Dude,
Yep.
Dog Soldiers is the shit. I'm gonna tell you
Yes,
right
it
now.
is.
That's
One of the
a
best
low
modern-day
budget film
vampire
too.
werewolf movies.
It's
Top
insane.
5, easily.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, when you
Yes.
talk about werewolf movies, that's definitely added to to the list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Shit, we'll do well.
I want the Shock Factory one.
The next one we do, like I said, like in maybe like volume 7 or 8, we can do a panel of just fucking werewolf, man. 2 werewolf
All
movies.
over that. I'm all over that.
Look,
Werewolf movies.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I used to think that I wasn't a fan of werewolves as much, but I think, as I mentioned before, they change it up so much, give a different take on it. I really become a real big fan of. I mean, not to say I don't like vampires, but I love werewolves because there's a mythos with them also, And I was like, yes, I would love to do a take on that. I would love to do a panel on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. As a kid growing up, man, my first werewolf movie, I believe, was Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah, remember that one?
That's
Yeah.
a
Good, good movie.
Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
Silver Bullet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jad
Yeah,
writing
Silver
stuff
Bullet.
down?
He's doing his homework. He's doing his
No,
I
Jazz
homework.
is writing-
I am.
American
Like,
London, so you might want to check that out.
Mhm.
Fuck, man.
If you
Oh,
don't
I
do
love
yours,
American
one
Werewolf
before-
in London. That is my favorite werewolf movie.
make sure you
What was
do
that, Jack?
homework.
I'm sorry.
What was that,
I was gonna say I love American Werewolf in London.
Oh, so you
Oh,
did?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wolfman
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
that is like
Mhm.
I love that movie.
Classic.
Mhm.
The transformation in that movie is classic, man.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
one of the best.
It still holds up today.
transformation,
It's intense.
Groundbreaking, man. That was groundbreaking
Howling.
makeup, man.
Yeah.
Bad
Well, I'm assuming
Moon
y'all
is
seen-
actually really good.
Yeah,
Have
DJ
you seen
Newman's
The Howling?
Bad Moon,
Let me
man.
ask you.
Howling? Yep.
Yes.
Have it. With D.
Okay.
Wallace? Yeah.
The Howling.
Got it.
Okay, that's another one.
Got it. Got it.
Hey,
Which
Jad, put down Bad Moon as well.
Yeah.
Bad
Oh,
Moon. Okay.
is that with
Bad Moon.
what's his
Yeah.
name? Is that with
Yeah.
the dog? Is that with
Michael
the dog?
Curry,
That's
yeah.
what the dog.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Oh, yeah.
Full Eclipse is good too. It's
Yep.
underrated.
Yeah.
Full
Oh, with
Eclipse.
Mario.
Yeah,
Peebles?
Ron Peebles. Yeah.
Mhm. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Full Eclipse?
He bangs. They bang his. Oh, when they bang his werewolves. They get jiggy.
It
They
must
get
be
jiggy.
good
They get
when they
jiggy.
do
They
that.
start-
Becoming werewolves.
Well,
Good movie,
I know
though.
what's.
They
Hey,
start banging
hey,
each
Century,
other's
I know
werewolves,
which scene you'd be rewatching all the time. Yeah. I didn't like the look of the werewolf at the end though, man. I gotta say.
It's kind of, but still, it's a good movie overall, though.
I
Oh,
was
for
like,
Howling?
oh. No, for
Full Eclipse.
Full Eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, look at that little.
What was that one?
Full Eclipse
Fully
with
clips.
Mary Val Peebles.
But rewinding to the part when Film was talking about how making and Walter
yeah,
was
bro.
talking about the vampire
Okay, there you
movies.
go, Jay.
That I mean, look at modern day vampire movies like Blood Red Sky. Remember when we talked about that?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Now, is
seen
that on
That
Netflix?
and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
yeah, Netflix and
You should. It's a
Boys
good
from
watch.
County Hell is good too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotta check
Blood
that out.
Vessel.
That's a good take on the
Blood
modern day
Vessel.
vampire
I'll
movie.
be right back. I'll be right back,
Yeah.
fellas.
All right.
Okay,
Have you guys
Alright.
seen Boys from County Hell? I know me and Trey talked
no,
about
I
it.
haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's good. If you have Shudder, check it out on Shudder. It's on
Mhm.
Shudder.
Oh, I shudder.
Yeah, it's another take on the vampire mythos, right, Lone
Mhm.
Wolf? Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty crazy. Just the beginning shot, man, like took me in again. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And like,
The
yeah,
Blood Red Sky is like if Passenger 57 meets vampires, right? In a way.
Oh, really?
true.
Yeah, that's okay. That sounds okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
if you read my little review on our vampire page, like it's like we got vampires everywhere, right? We had them everywhere.
Yeah.
Why not on a plane? We haven't seen it before. So, and I think they did a pretty good job of doing so. Like the main lead, man, like she steals the show. It's her movie. She's great.
Yes,
she's great. She's great, man.
I'm definitely gonna buy that.
Yeah, it's a German movie, right?
German.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Aus Deutschland.
Deutschland.
Ja, Kamerad. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, ja?
Any other monster movies like stood out to you guys? Maybe like in the past or growing up?
Any type of monster movie or
whatever.
Monster Squad.
We're talking monsters right now.
Monster Squad.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, no, wait a minute.
Oh,
Monster Squad. Yes.
Oh yeah. Dude, as a kid, that's like every rotation.
I am moving mountains to find that.
What's that, Jeff?
Nards. That's the only thing I know about it.
Oh yeah. Where was the Nards?
You gotta put that down, Jad. You gotta watch that movie.
Great movie.
He grabs the little girl. Dracula grabs the little girl. He's like, "Oh, something, you bitch." He goes to the little girl, bitch. I'm like, "Oh fuck, this is definitely an '80s movie."
Yeah.
Dude, now I'm tell you, he actually scared me when he did that. When he just picks her up and says that to her, I'm like, "Whoa, dude, you ain't trying to play here. You this little girl, you're not being nice to her." I'm like, all right.
That's a real reaction.
We just saw Jacob's Wife on Shudder, and that's a vampire take as well. That was actually pretty good.
I gotta put that on my list.
Barbara Captain, baby.
Got it.
Jacob's Wife. You say Jacob's Wife, DJ?
Jacob's Wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check
yeah, Gojira. I love the Hammer horror franchise.
Okay. Hammer horror films.
Classics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Man,
they were the masters there. Yeah.
Yep.
Usually Christopher Lee being the main vampire.
I know it has.
Go ahead. And Christopher Lee Peter
Cushing as Van Helsing. Man.
Yeah, he's the one hunting the Christopher Lee's character.
Yep.
Dude.
Blood and Chocolate. Sounds pretty bad already.
I've seen it.
I was gonna say I thought it was Blood for Chocolate, but not Blood and Chocolate. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
I mean, I like chocolate, but.
Hey, I was gonna ask you guys, man. Now that we're talking, now that we're on the topic, what did you guys think? I know Van Helsing was a bomb, the Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman, but what did you guys think of the designs of the werewolf?
I loved it.
I liked it.
It was great. It was good.
Yeah.
That's more my style, that type.
Yeah, dude.
They could have done better with the animation.
It was a fun movie, man. It's one of my
I just like to say I like the animation of the wolves, though. They could have done better, though. Honestly,
for me, it was a guilty pleasure. I have it on Blu-ray, so it's a guilty pleasure for me.
Me too.
Yeah,
that and the Witch Hunters. Who is it? The guy who plays Hawkeye. You guys remember that movie?
Hugh Jackman. Hawkeye.
What's his name?
Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. I'm sorry. Yes, Hansel and Gretel.
I want to get that. I need to get that.
Oh,
yeah. Those two.
I remember that.
I think that would be a good versus. Those two movies.
I still need to get that one because I can relate to Jeremy Renner's persona because he's diabetic.
Okay.
I can relate to that.
That's for you.
That's right. He's diabetic. Yeah. I hated the vampires
in Hansel and Gretel because I haven't seen that.
Vampires in Van Helsing.
Which vampire?
Were so ugly to look at. Not because.
Oh yeah.
Not because they were. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Not only because they were ugly to look at, not because of the design, because it was CG. It was like,
but the chicks are so
I felt hard to look at.
For real.
Yep.
But since we're talking about monster movies, another buy at the thrift store.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Dracula.
That's a fantastic movie.
Wow.
Gary,
I've never seen so much freaking titties and never seen so many titties in one movie.
You guys have to watch that movie just for Keanu Reeves' accent.
I know it's horrible.
Oh my god!
No,
dude,
God.
fuck that, dude.
That's
But
Oh
dude,
my God.
Gary Oldman as Dracula.
That's what I
my
don't want
God.
to
Oh.
be Craven the Hunter.
Which
Huh.
one? What was
What
that,
was
Jack?
that?
I was saying that's why I don't want him to be. That's why I'm saying I don't want him to be Craven the Hunter because he
Oh.
can't do an accent
Oh.
to save his fucking life. And I
Oh
love
man, I
Peter.
even told somebody about Craven the Hunter. I don't even want to see it. That was horrible. I don't know why they're making a Craven the Hunter movie.
Nah.
Yeah.
No one
And
wants to see
and
that.
you know, you guys are playing it. You know who's playing it, right? You guys know who's playing
Yes.
Craven the Hunter, right?
Kick ass.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, no,
Mhm.
man.
Aaron Taylor?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah,
You
It
might kill
could
it.
be good. I'm
You never know, it might
optimistic
kill
about it.
Yeah.
I thought the same way with the Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, so I guess it could work. Yeah. That makes sense.
Gorgier's
Oh
right
no, I
about
knew
that.
it was gonna
Oh, sure. Heck yeah.
Yeah,
kill it.
exactly.
That is really good.
Oh man.
Well, I'm gonna give that movie an ass kick when I watch it. So
Ooh.
I knew. No, man. I freaking. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I did like with Van Helsing though. I did like Dracula's final form though.
yeah, that was cool.
It was badass.
I
That was
I
Yeah.
did
cool.
like his final. Yeah, the
man.
final. Yeah, that
I'm
was
sorry.
fucking sick.
I really couldn't.
What about in the beginning with Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde?
It was cool too. I mean,
Oh,
like
I didn't
said,
like
that's
it, bro.
cool, too. I
I didn't
like
dig it, man.
No.
I liked it.
I thought it was
I
fun.
didn't-
It
I
reminded me
didn't
like
think
an anime,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
An anime scene.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
it
I
was
said,
fun.
it's a guilty pleasure. I like it for what it is. You know, I mean, I'm not expecting
Yeah.
like something major, but it's a guilty pleasure for me.
It's got some faults, but it's a good popcorn movie. I can sit and just.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Van
Dracula
Helsing,
versus
I like it, bro.
Van Werewolf.
I bought it.
That was a cool
I
battle.
bought it right when it came out. I bought it when it came out, and I liked it, man. I mean, like you said, I'm a freaking talk about Transylvania, freaking gothic shit. I like it. I'll watch it. I'll buy it. You know, like
Right.
I dug it, man. I thought I actually like the first werewolf. I like the brother Kate
Yeah.
Beckinsale's character's brother's werewolf, the brown werewolf. Well, there was three of them. I forgot there's three. There was the gray one, and then there was a brown one, and then there was Hugh Jackman was a black one.
Black one,
So there-
right?
Yeah. So, but I like the brown one. For a reason, I just like the brown. But they're all badass. But I like them. And then the Frankenstein practical costume and makeup wasn't that bad. I mean, it could have been worse. But
I thought
yeah.
the banter between Jackman and the monk was hilarious.
I'm sorry,
I thought
guys,
those two guys were funny.
Mm-hmm.
between Dracula
I'm sorry.
and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
monk,
that was
the monk sidekick he had. They always had like funny jokes.
He was
going on.
great, right?
I couldn't
The actor
stand
was
him.
great, man. As a monk.
He's fine and everything else, but I'm like, shut the fuck. I hate sidekick characters. God damn it, I hate them. Especially that annoying fucking monk.
I can see
This is
Jad's
with
head
dog.
just exploding right now.
Bless you
Jazz,
guys for
but
loving
Jazz,
Van Helsing.
Breathe,
That was
brother.
free.
Usa.
Michael Bay is
Usa.
directing it, by the way.
What's the fuck?
Usa. 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 Jazz. Usa.
You didn't know? Michael Bay is directing A Quiet Place Part 3.
Oh.
What?
You're trying to
Hey,
give me
Michael
one
Bay,
exact
bro.
like last time. It won't
ain't
work.
gonna be quiet no more, dude. Ain't gonna be
Yeah,
quiet
it's gonna
no
be
more.
like
Michael Bay needs to stop directing. Sorry, I'm sorry. He needs to stop doing that.
Yeah,
Thank
don't
God.
mention-
Thank
don't
God.
mention Michael Bay, man. Don't mention Michael Bay. And if
I
Jazz
know.
in the street, don't mention
That's
Michael
gonna
Bay.
be
bro.
like frozen in time.
Yeah, if
Right.
we do mention Michael Bay, we gotta mention The Rock. You know, the gooder.
Yeah, The Rock,
better
Bad Boys 1
films.
and 2. I mean, come on.
Bad
I like
Boys.
The
You know.
Rock.
That's
No,
the only
I
thing
do
I
do-
appreciate.
now,
Like, you know
The
what?
Rock-
The third one is the best one.
The Rock
Which
and Bad
one?
Boys 1 and 2. That's it.
Well, for me, it's The Rock and Armageddon for him. I mean, for me, those to me are his
Oh,
best. to
Armageddon?
see. Armageddon. I'm sorry.
How do you not like
You
Armageddon?
tell me what all you want. Armageddon is my favorite Michael Bay film. Sorry. Yes.
Armageddon?
Armageddon. Yes.
I respect that, man. I respect that.
Jazz,
Let him fight.
Jazz, you're freaking
I
killing
mean,
me, bro.
you-
You're killing me.
You
Let
can
him
talk
fight.
all shit about it, but I love that film. I love it. So yeah, I'm
Let
sorry.
him fight.
Are we sure that Roger Ebert didn't just pass his account?
Oh my god!
You know what? I think Jam doing like Bad Boys, really?
My voice is getting high. I don't like it.
Oh man!
Oh man!
Oh,
I
man.
gave it a laugh this week. Thank you.
Jad, you're badass, bro. I'm gonna have you on every single stream now. I'm gonna put you on every single stream, dude.
We're gonna have to, you're gonna have to change your name to the Angry
Critic.
Okay.
So Jad should be the angry film critic. Straight up.
Just be glad I didn't say the Transformer films were my favorite, because then your heads would really explode on that.
Okay.
So
I want to hear Jad what he says about that.
I like 4 of them. I like The Rock. I like the first 2 Bad Boys, and I like the first Transformers.
Okay.
Other than that,
Yeah.
fuck all, Michael Bay.
all right, there you go.
Oh my god.
You didn't like Steve Buscemi riding a freaking nuke on the fucking.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, come on. That's brilliant.
DJ Newman, you do not. Oh my god! I just remembered that. Why are you doing this to me, guys?
Jad, you didn't like the soundtrack, Aerosmith, bro?
that's right. Don't close my eyes. Don't fall asleep, because I miss you.
Oh, sing it, what?
Oh, geez.
Oh man,
That's right. And
you know what?
he's singing Ben Affleck.
that song, too.
Ben Affleck.
Uh-oh. Hey, Jad, Walt's gonna sing that song in your wedding.
Don't Walt. No.
No, me and Russell will do a duet.
Pleasure to sing it to you. Know,
Me and Russell will do a duet.
I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. I can't keep my promise. I can't.
I
Keep
will
my
take
promise.
Howard
I'm not
the
coming
Duck
back.
over Transformers any fucking day of the week.
Wow. Okay, that's saying something right there, because I actually like Howard the Duck, but I mean, honestly, I like.
Hey, I love Howard the Duck, bro. I love Howard the Duck.
Do you feel Howard the Duck is better than the first Transformers? I mean, in your mind?
No,
Come on.
no. I'm saying
I like the first one. I like the first one. I like the first Transformers. The sequels, fuck them. I could not stand the sequels.
I agree.
Okay, we're agreeing with that then. Okay.
Like I would rather jump off a cliff into the I would rather jump off the harbor bridge and land on a boat, not the ocean, a boat, than watch any of Michael Bay movies.
Okay. So, but I mean, do you have a does The Rock bother you too much, or it's like, it's just
I like The Rock. The Rock is a ton of fun.
Okay.
Rock is pretty good.
Rock.
It's
You
good.
know what?
But anything else after that, at least bad. Yeah, okay.
I'll say this. I will say this though. I like Howard the Duck.
So did I. I like it too.
I like.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Look. Seeing duck titties is the best thing that movie could ever happen in my life. Seeing that.
I could not see.
You talking about Leia Thompson?
I could not unsee that. I'm like, duck titties? What the
duck
fuck?
titties? Yeah.
And everyone was so horny in that movie. Everyone. Oh my
Hey,
god!
Come on, you got Leia
I
Thompson.
hopped on the wrong episode. I think I hopped on the wrong episode.
Leia Thompson, man, she was hot. She still is hot. Shoot.
Oh yeah,
look
Leia Thompson.
at
Sure. Oh man. Oh bro. No.
Oh,
I do. Michael Bay needs to. What was the last movie he made?
Six
Underground.
Yeah, Six Underground.
Yeah, Underground. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. I saw that.
I was gonna say it's not too bad. I mean,
it's not the greatest film, but it's not too bad.
Right.
I guess the thing, man, I gotta watch more movies, man. I gotta watch more because there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. Like I said, when DJ Nubis found out that I had never watched Dog Soldiers, like, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
Killing me, Smalls. Killing me.
Look, I mentioned it to you before, when we was discussing Event Horizon, that some of the prosthetics that was used in Dog Soldiers was from Event Horizons used in Dog Soldiers, So the
That's
leftover
a
stuff.
great film. Great film.
Yeah.
Well, I was giving you the same look Anubis did when you told me you haven't seen Hard Boiled.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Now
that?
I've seen it though.
I never seen that movie.
Hardboiled? You joking, right, fam?
I remember.
You joking, right?
I'm gonna fall off my chair, dude.
You should have seen
Yeah,
his
no,
face.
I
You
just
should have
wanted
seen.
Lone Wolf to do the DJ Anubis. Do it again. Yep, there it is. Yeah,
No, you
that's what I was looking. Yeah.
With the cock.
Dude, I remember Trado's face when I told him I'd never seen Hard Boiled. He just went like this. What?
Yeah.
I was just like,
His favorite movies that he
expression
has.
just went away.
One of his favorite movies. His
Hey,
favorite movies that he has. How many
Century,
copies of? How many
Century,
copies?
Century,
What's up?
Century. What's Lone Wolf's 5 favorite movies?
ready?
Hard Boiled Special Edition, and Hard Boiled Special Edition.
Miss one more. Hard Boiled.
Hard Boiled.
While boiling some eggs.
Well, ultimate cut.
Oh,
What's
there you
that?
go.
What, hard boiled? Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. Ultimate cut.
So,
Oh, Walter, we were talking
I
about
would
the
love to
zombie
have that.
stuff, right? Did
What's
you
that
see
now?
the movie One Cut of the Dead? Like, that's a good zombie flick. You need to check
I
that
have
out.
not seen that.
Isn't
I
it
actually
like
never
a-
heard of it. Now you say that, I have to check that out.
Japanese or Filipino or something like that? I don't
What's
remember.
that?
What country was it from? I've seen the cover of it.
I
What country?
want to say it's Korean. I'm not entirely sure though. It's on
Okay.
Shudder, but it's very unique and it's well done. It's
Wait a
like
minute,
pretty
did you
cool.
say you didn't say no? That's not the one. I thought you said Train to Busan. I'm sorry.
That's a great
Okay.
movie
Good
though.
one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
That's
great
a
one.
good movie.
Yeah.
My twin brother is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don Lee.
Okay. I was just making sure you wasn't joking there. I mean, I'll make sure. It's like,
Don Lee is my twin brother.
okay.
What was the movie? What was the movie you mentioned, Anubis?
One Cut of the Dead.
One cut of the
Oh,
dead.
One Cut of the Dead. One Cut of the Dead.
Okay.
One Cut of the
You
You
Dead.
say it's a South. You say it's a Korean zombie
Yeah.
film. Okay.
Somewhere along that line. What you're gonna have to watch it. I think it starts out. It's like about 15 to 20 minutes long, and then it goes into another 15 and 20 minutes. But I'm not going to give it away because that's what makes it unique. So
Okay.
it's worth checking out. Like I was kind of blown away by it.
Is it kind of compared to like what Train to Busan is kind of like that? I mean,
No,
It's like
basically you have. It almost looks like your standard zombie movie at first. Like I was like, at first
Yep.
I'm going, what is the big deal about this film? And then after it finished, the first half part of it, and went to the 2nd I'm like, oh my god, this is brilliant. I've never seen anything like this, and you'll appreciate it once you do.
okay, so it's got a good. I mean, does it have a good character arc as far as storytelling? I mean,
I don't. It's not even really about story arc. It's just how
okay,
it's
so
made.
that's fuck the story. We were looking
Right.
at zombies. I got you.
It's your typical zombie film, but then like
Okay.
I can't give it away without telling you what happens because that's a big part of it.
Hey, DJ Anubis, is it a newer film? Or
Yeah,
or
it
is
came
that-
out probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay. I gotta check that out. I never heard of it.
I think
Yeah,
the guy that directed it, I believe he's the guy that played the character of Itchy the Killer. I think it's him.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
What's it called again? Say one cut kill. You say?
One Cut of the Dead.
Oh, well, one cut of
Dead.
the.
One Cut of the Dead. Yeah, I gotta watch that one too, man. And I gotta watch.
I'd
I
be
gotta. Like I
curious
said, I
what
have
you
a whole
guys
list
think
right
of it.
here. I think it's in the list. I'll let you know. So I was gonna say, guys, we're going on 2 hours, 24 minutes. You guys still want to shoot the shit? Anybody got to go, or you guys still want
I
to
gotta
hang
hit
out a
the
little
bed
more?
soon,
Just
so
show you guys
I
my
gotta
pickups.
bow out.
Or
I'm
shoot the
gonna,
shit,
I'm
whatever.
gonna go get something to eat, and I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Jad, get
All
some
right,
food.
okay, good.
Peace out.
All right, Jad.
All right,
Thanks for
guys.
joining. Thanks for
Appreciate
joining
your time, bro.
the podcast, brother.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go to bed. I
Oh,
gotta
man,
work
thank you so
tomorrow.
much for having me. I had a great
Fine.
time.
No problem,
And-
brother. No problem, man.
And thank you guys for trying to give me a heart attack again.
We look. That's what we're here for, Jed. We're here to do that for you. You know, that shows you're living.
Chad, we're just keeping it real, brother.
Yeah.
And Jad,
I love
your,
you,
Jad, the director's cut special edition Blu-ray of Armageddon's on its way.
Yep.
I just
And I
ordered
got
it
an
on
autographed
Amazon.
picture of Michael Bay.
Hell,
I'll send it
in
to
the
you.
world.
Yeah. Early Merry Christmas.
All right, guys. See ya.
Hey,
Take care.
look, Jed,
Oh, I did
look,
want
when
to
it comes
say,
out, I'll send a
real
copy to you,
quickly.
okay?
I did want to say real quickly. Do you guys follow Mr. Tony the Dead?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Okay.
A while back, he was doing a show with Samurai, and he mentioned he was afraid of something. So I sent him a gift, and he's gonna probably do an unboxing at some point. So be looking out for that because he's gonna hate me after it, but it's a lot of
Oh,
fun.
shit.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I
can't
have.
wait to see that.
I'm subscribed to him. I'm
Oh.
subscribed to him, so I'll make sure and do it. I'll make sure to keep an eye out to it.
Sweet.
Yeah, Let the Right One In is great. So
All
is
right,
the
guys.
remake.
See ya.
Bye, Jad.
Okay,
Peace out,
Jed.
Jed.
All right, Jed, take it easy.
Thanks for joining, brother.
All right, guys, I'm heading
Thanks
out
for having
too. I
me, man.
appreciate it, Century.
Okay.
Walter.
Hey,
no
nice
problem,
meeting you,
man.
JD. I mean, JD.
Thanks
Jed.
for joining. Thanks for joining, Anubis.
No
Thanks for
problem.
joining.
Hey, Nugas.
Have a good night, DJ.
Have a good one, boss.
Keep it brutal.
Take it
Yeah.
easy.
Take
Take
care,
it easy.
guys.
All
Stay
right.
safe, brother.
Nice meeting you.
All right.
No,
And there were four.
Just the four of us.
And then there were
Here's
four.
my pickups.
Yes.
All right, go for
Oh,
it.
let's see those.
Okay.
Let's see those pickups. Let's go.
Let's
Go
see.
down the line. What you get? Oh,
Oh,
you
goodness,
know,
yeah.
Swayze action.
Yeah.
That's with
The sways.
what's his name?
The sways.
Crazy.
Remember you were talking about this fanatic?
Liam Neeson's in that movie, right?
Yeah, Liam Neeson's
Bill
in that
Paxton
film
too,
too.
and Liam Neeson, yeah.
That's right.
Remember
And
we
Bill
were talking
Paxton,
about
believe it or
this?
not.
Oh, Fallen Down.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Michael Douglas.
We were
Yeah.
talking about that,
Yeah.
remember?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a badass movie. Oh,
Yes.
the
That's the
first
84
one.
version,
The
right?
first one.
Did I see that one? I
First
don't
red
remember
one.
if I saw it.
The original,
That's-
yeah,
not the
that's
remake.
Red-
The original.
The
Yes,
original.
don't
That's the
don't give me
original.
that. Don't give me
badass,
that
dude. Oh,
2011 crap.
2-disc.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
All of these
Hey,
are
looks like-
thrift. Are they all thrift?
Goodwood
Yep.
Hunting. Okay.
Off the thrift store.
Goodwill.
Okay, I
Hunting.
got to tell you something real quick. I have not seen Goodwill Hunting yet, but I need to watch that.
Good movie.
Oh,
Very inspirational.
It's a heavy
Okay.
movie. Jedi Gravel. So just look out. You know, it's a heavy
Yeah.
movie. If you don't want to, it's heavy. So you
Okay.
just got to be ready for that kind of movies. Payback
That
with
is
Mel Gibson.
Yes, Payback.
Payback.
The director's cut.
Oh, is it the director's cut?
Yep.
Whoa,
Nice.
okay.
Oh, good one.
Wow. Back, oh, yeah.
Overdrive.
That's my
Stephen
shit
King?
right there.
Mhm.
Maximum
King, right?
Overdrive.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, Emilio Estevez, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a
Hey,
great
Tim
one,
Machine
actually.
just called me an asshole.
Yeah. That was Stephen King's first and last directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken.
It
Oh,
is.
was it? Wow. That was good.
Donnie
I like
Phillips.
that one.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie Yen, Drunken Tai Chi.
Oh,
His
shit.
first movie when he was 18 years old.
Oh, Lou and
Wow.
Diamond Phillips, man. Young
He
Lou
was
Diamond
18 years
Phillips.
old.
Okay.
18 years old. Good Lord.
Drunken Tai Chi. So that's crazy. Wow.
I'd never seen that on House of Traps.
I don't think I've seen
Shaw
that.
Brothers movie. Shaw Brothers movie.
Mm-hmm. Flag of Iron.
I don't think I've
Shaw
seen that
Brothers
one either.
movie. Shaw Brothers
not
movie.
familiar with it.
Okay.
And I got some
Damn.
more coming in the mail in a couple days. Remember I told you guys I bought The Perfect Weapon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Perfect
Yeah.
I
Weapon
never
is. Yeah.
seen that movie. Maybe
Oh, you
like
never seen
back
that
in
one?
the 90s. Back in the 90s, maybe when it.
It
when
was,
it was out.
that's when it
I
came
don't
out in the
remember.
90s.
91.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, man. It's like I was telling Trado and I was telling Film. It's unexpectedly good when I saw it because my dad had rented it. Someone had recommended it to my dad, and my dad we went to Ruby's video. Fuck, this was like back in '92 or '93, and he rented it. And fuck, I was 12. I was like 13, dude. I was blown away, bro. I was blown away at the martial arts aspect. The story's good. I mean, I thought the story's decent, but like I said, I won't spoil it. But I think since Ronin. It says Ronin is a martial arts extraordinaire and freaking how do you say it? Knowledgeable, super knowledgeable. I think he'll like it, dude. I think he'll like it.
Yeah.
I think he'll like it.
Well, since you know what, speaking of martial arts films, now, Trey, I mean, have you ever heard? But I'm pretty sure you have because I probably insult your intelligence if I ask this. Have you seen the story of Ricky?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what Fist of the North Star should have been.
Okay. Oh, see, and your take on that film. I mean, what do you think about them? Because they don't pull away from nothing.
No punches. No pun intended, but no punches.
Right.
Straight up.
Because when I first saw that film, I was like, okay, they ain't playing around when they hit, but when they hit, they go right through or they knock something off, and I'm just like, okay. It was like, but when I finally watched, it's like, okay, this is how you should do a kung fu film, you know, martial arts film in terms of if this person got this kind of power, show it, you know, and
exactly.
They'll pull no punches, man. Goodness, yeah,
exactly. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have seen
the original one, not the.
I've been watching the MTV
one. No, I ain't seen that.
Not
the MTV one, okay, Gojira. Watch the original one.
The MTV version was fun.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
I was gonna say I heard it, but I haven't seen it. I was thinking it was something else. I don't know why I'm thinking.
Neither have I. I've never seen it.
Oh, Jay, look at Fanatic over there flexing. Shoot.
Yeah,
right?
I apologize, fellas. It's just medium. It's just medium. I'm not.
You mean extra medium?
Story, yeah,
medium.
851 man. You know, story of Ricky is like it's crazy.
Seen it, man.
Yeah,
that's
I haven't seen it. I'll put it on the list.
Fun fact: you know the guy who plays Ricky was in Ip Man 1.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I didn't follow his career too much because I think I only seen that film of him, and I didn't know if he did anything else, you know. But I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he was in Ip Man, the first one.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah,
I gotta see that one. I gotta see the story of Ricky.
A gory, straight up gore fest, dude. When it comes to like in your face, full contact martial arts, that's like in your face.
That makes sense now. When you were talking about it should have been Fist of the North Star. Okay.
Yeah.
It could have been that. But now I think if Fist of the North Star was remade now, it would have been amazing. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
You choose the right person to do it.
I just rewatched the anime movie.
I love the anime movie, dude.
Yeah, that was so good. It was so sick.
Even the whole entire series is amazing. The whole anime series, it's a long watch, but it's amazing.
Hishiro's man's a badass character. I gotta say.
Yeah, pretty much Bruce Lee animated.
Mm-hmm. He looks like Stallone. Sounds like Bruce Lee, and he's wearing Mel Gibson's. Yeah.
He's wearing Mad Max's attire.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh shit, man!
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could do that now, man. Someone talk shit to me. Fuck you say. Hi.
You're like, this guy okay? And then his head explodes.
Yeah, he's like, bro, you're not even hitting me. It's like, wait till later. Wait for a minute. He's like,
you already did.
I was gonna ask you guys, man. I was gonna ask you guys, have you guys seen the animated series of, not the animated movie, but the series of Ninja Scroll?
The movie or the series?
The series.
No,
Series?
I haven't seen it. I've seen the movie.
Maybe the first 2 volumes, but that was like years ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I mean, I have the movie on DVD and Blu-ray, but I've been wanting to see and buy the series to see how it is, but I don't want to buy it. And I heard
it's pretty good, man. Check it out.
I gotta try to buy it, man, because I'm obsessed. Like the way you guys like the way filming you are obsessed with Ninja Scroll, the film. Fuck, dude, I've been wanting to see the series, man, because I love Ninja Scroll. I can watch Ninja Scroll all day. I can watch
it's one of the best animes.
Do you recommend the series, Lone Wolf?
Yeah, I recommend it.
There you go, man.
I've seen only the first 2 volumes, but I recommend it.
How many volumes are there? I don't even know how many there
Oh
are.
man, I don't even know. My friend had it years ago. So like I said, I mean, I recommend it though.
Hey, Sentry, maybe just try 1 volume. You know.
Yeah,
just go
try
from there.
one use. See if
try
you can
one.
find it like a cheap, copy on Amazon, and then
Right.
check it out. If you like it, keep on buying them.
Yeah, if you can't even find it streaming, you know, just to check it out, maybe an episode or 2, just to get the feel of it. Yeah.
Wouldn't be bad.
Right now, when I got on my phone, when I got on my phone, dude, I already put Dog Soldiers on my wish list, on my Amazon wish list.
Oh, nice.
You're making a good decision.
Yeah,
you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun with that movie, man.
Yes.
And it's badass as well.
I love werewolves. Man. You guys like Jedi Grand Bell.
Lowell, I'm sorry, cut you off, Cedric. You think he'll like the look, the design of the werewolves in that movie?
I think so.
I've seen
he
them.
liked the concept. Oh, you seen it already? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen the designs. Yeah, dude. I mean, if it looks like a werewolf lichen, bro, I'll like it. Like I'll fucking like it, dude.
Yeah.
Then you'll definitely enjoy Dog Soldiers.
I love werewolves, man.
How do you like the design of the werewolves in Underworld, the first one?
I liked them, but I mean, I did like them because I know like they went. I know the director went with like a cat dog kind of design of the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I did like the shoulders. I did like I mean, I thought the shoulders were a little too big and the neck was a little too thick. But I mean, so overall, I did like it. I mean, I did like the lichens from Underworld. I did like them. I liked them better in Underworld Evolution when they used more fur and they made them look more like more like a wolf.
Hold on a second, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I like the original. The original look. See, you know, the original werewolf. You know, I think that was an evolution, right? But in the first one, the concept design is kind of more like feline, like you said. I thought it was cool. You know, it was kind of they were original, and I liked that movie. That was a fun film. You know, did you guys like Underworld?
I loved Underworld, man. I loved it. Dude.
Underworld with Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
I loved it.
Now as far as the now this is an example where I gotta say, you know, I like the film. I like the vampires and the werewolves that are in there. I think it's kind of drags a little bit, you know, in my personal opinion. Maybe because they were trying to give a lot of story out in that film, but still, I mean, it's pretty good, you know, despite all things. I mean, it does give you some good vampires when you see them, but
yeah, you guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some food. You guys gonna be on for a little bit?
I really hope so.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll see how much longer I'll have, but we'll see, man. We'll just go for it. Go grub down.
All right, sorry for showing my bicep, though.
That's all good, brother.
Because
he's not sorry.
Knowing me, I might have to go to bed myself later on, but I'm good right now. So.
Yeah, I hear you. Definitely. Yeah, and then Gojira, like I definitely agree.
That's also a good question. Like the werewolves based on William, from the second one, William looked badass. William did look like
he did
traditional.
Yeah,
he did. I loved William's freaking design, dude. That was fucking amazing.
I think both brothers, right? The werewolf and the vampire. The both originals. Yeah, they're the concept.
Yeah, they were both the originals. Right.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, dude, Marcus it looked more like a gargoyle, but Marcus is hype. Yeah, dude, his hybrid freaking style was fucking sick, dude. I was like, oh shit, they made it look freaking badass, man. I was like,
I love the way they use his wing as a weapon as well, right?
Yeah,
right. His wing. I was like, what? I never seen that before. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was insane, bro. It was insane, man. I saw it. I remember when I saw it. It was like 2006 or 7, and I was still buying. Well, Juarez, Mexico was still open at that time, and I would go over there and I would buy the freaking Burn. I would buy the Burn fucking bootleg freaking cuts before they come out of the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom had bought the Underworld Evolution. And surprisingly, dude, when I bought it, it looked fucking legit, dude. It looked good, like for a bootleg. It looked good. It's like fuck. It came out. I saw it the day after it came out, but I wasn't going to the movies that much that time. But my mom, I think my mom, my dad bought it at Wattis, dude. They brought it back, and dude, I watched the shit out of that fucking movie, dude, because I love the first one. Like Film was saying, I thought the first one was good, man. The first Underworld brought a new kind of style to the freaking whole, vampires, and the vampires versus werewolves was a great fucking idea, dude. It was a great idea.
Yeah.
It was a great idea, man. And I remember, I don't know film. I don't know.
That's
not me.
That's Lone Wolf turning into a werewolf. That's Lone Wolf turning into a werewolf. He's transforming right now.
That's true. That's Trail turning into one.
No, he's actually transforming into a poodle. How do you mute him?
I was unexpected.
Oh, he has dogs? I didn't know he had dogs.
No, that's him turning into a werewolf, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. No, but it was I don't know if what was I saying? I don't know if film. I don't know what happened where in California at the time when it came out, but people when the Underworld thing came out, people started picking sides. Are you a werewolf? Are you on the werewolf side? Are you on the vampire side and all that shit?
I don't remember.
I remember it kind of happened over here. Okay. It kind of happened over here. Like, well, some of my friends, the friends that I had at the time, they were like, I told them about it, and they're like, oh, they didn't think much about it, but when I showed them the movie, they're like, oh yeah, dude, I'm a werewolf, and a lot of the girls like the vampire side, but because of Kate Beckinsale.
Because they're sexier.
Yeah,
so what did you pick? What did you side on?
Me or Jedi?
Oh, both of you.
I'm werewolf. I'm werewolf, man.
Well, I was going to say, I'm werewolf too, Yeah.
What about you?
You guys should guess. Come on.
No,
vampire. It's vampire.
Vampire. What am I talking about? Yeah, that's right.
I love vampires, but I have a mindset as a werewolf, savage.
Mm-hmm.
I like both, man. Both.
And there he is. Oh, there. Okay.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, Jad came back, but hold on. Did you see the complete version of Underworld? Yeah, I've seen it. Gojira.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the director's cut. Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third was Rise of the Lycans. The one was
Rise of the Lycans.
Yeah, Rise was
actually decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the continuity was good because it was a prequel, but I mean it went right with the story because the Rise of the Lycans was what happened first, and then it was Underworld, and then it was Underworld Evolution. So yeah, I mean I still bought it even because I'm a big Underworld fan. I still bought Underworld Awakening, and then I ended up buying what was it? Underworld what was the last one?
Blood Wars.
Blood Wars, yeah. I thought Blood Wars. I bought it too because like I said, I'm an Underworld fan, so I
Blood Wars. I don't know if I've seen that one. Which one was that?
It's all right. I'll tell you that. In my opinion, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's the last one. It's the one with it's with Kate Beckinsale, but she ends up like getting a new power or something. She ends up getting a new kind of...
Oh man, yeah. I shitted on that movie.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I remember I was telling my cousins when I think we watched it. I was like, "Oh, she got highlights, and then she got freaking more powers now when she got highlights, because her hair turned blonde."
Yeah.
No, I was just talking shit.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, I agree with you. Right, Rise of the Lycans was probably one of the best ones, man.
Oh yeah.
That was a prequel, right?
Yeah.
That was a prequel.
Yeah,
that was good, man.
But it was funny how it didn't it didn't go over well, man. Like they said it bombed. It didn't bomb, dude. It did not bomb. It didn't do as much as it was supposed to, but it didn't bomb.
Yeah, I think it wasn't critically acclaimed. Maybe that's what it was. think that's
They
what
said it was too. They said it was too dark though. They said it was too. Sometimes some of the shots were too dark. And I was like, dude, it's called Underworld for a fucking reason, bro.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly.
Yeah.
People are they're entitled to their own opinion and critics too, man. But it doesn't stop me from watching those films, you know.
Yeah, it was.
And you always know that opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one.
That's true.
You know, if that's what they feel, I mean, okay, so be it. But that doesn't mean that you're right in that area. I mean, because I know I've seen many films where I like, but others they was like despise it, and I was like, all right, you know, that's fine and good if you don't like it, but I love it, you know. So that's how I look at it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you like that matters, not what they say, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude,
the opinions I listen to is you guys, you know, like our, you know, our little family, our movie family, you know, like if there's a film like a kaiju film I'm feeling to watch, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna hit up Century or some of the guys from the movie Dojo Army, you know, a martial arts film. Of course, I'm gonna go to Lone Wolf Ronin, right? Hey, have you seen the Raging Fire new Donnie Yen movie? Is it worth a watch? He's gonna tell me, you know.
Yeah.
And any Godzilla movies, and any movies in general, I could talk to you, Jedi Granville, with, right? I think we talked about Seven. The last time we talked, right? And and you guys just always open my eyes and doors to movies, like stuff I didn't know. So it's really great.
And you got to remember, Steve, with me, it always starts with film in general because I'm a lover of films. If there's something that I'm interested in, I'm going to watch it, and it doesn't matter what genre it is. I mean, as I said, it could be a plain old martial arts film, or it could be. I actually told this to Dan. I was like, it could be a simple rom-com, but if it's something I like, I'm not going to be ashamed to say that I like it. You know, I like a good film, no matter what it is. If it be action, be horror, be sci-fi, you know, I'm going to watch it. You know, if I like it, so be it. You know, but other people who have their opinion saying like, well, just because you like it don't necessarily mean it's good. Like, yeah, that's the whole point. I have an opinion. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You know, if you agree with it, that means you don't have a mind. You know, if you agree with everything that I'm saying, that you ain't taking it upon yourself to say you disagree. And that's why I look at it with the fact that, you know, films of any kind that we talk about, we could, like I said, we could cover the whole globe with what we talk about, you know. And that's why I say, when you talk about vampires, yeah, I like vampire movies. We talk about Godzilla films, I like them too. You talk about, martial art. I mean, like I say, you talk about martial arts films, love them. It doesn't matter what kind of film it is, you know, as long as the person who you're talking to is in a way respects you enough to say, okay, this person has a multitude of things they like and they don't mind talking about it. And that's me, you know, I don't mind talking about anything that we discuss because honestly, talking with individuals on an intelligent level, that's how you should approach anything you do when talking to individuals, you know, when you conversate, because, you know, you can be, like I say, you can be silly, you can be hacking into doing all that, but the simple fact is respect that individual's thought process when it comes to that. Otherwise, what are we talking about? What are we even hanging out with? What are we hanging out with this person for? It's like, we're not doing anything. It's not socializing to the point where we're having a time of understanding that that's what we like. That's what this person likes. We go from there. But, you know, time and time again, you already know that not everyone gels together because they figure like, well, my shit don't stink. And that's why we don't have to gel together. But like, okay, if you think that everyone's shit stinks and yours is just as bad, it's because you don't familiarize with yourself thinking that I have a brain, which apparently you don't. You just thinking that everything that you say is right, but it's not, you know. But like I said, I'm going on, but the point is,
no.
Long as we enjoy the things that we're talking about and we have a good discussion talking about it, you know, we could go. Like I said, we could go forever with it. So that's why
we always do, man. I agree, 100%, and well said, man. Totally. And I think film is like art. You know, it's subjective. You know,
right?
Everyone's gonna look at it in a different way. You know. it's going to touch, someone emotionally. Maybe someone is, they're not. It really depends on the person. So, and
That's it.
how can you judge that person, right? You can't.
Exactly. Why would you?
No.
Like I was gonna say, now they like what Walter was saying, man. How Beyond the Fog, bro. That I really enjoyed that movie, dude. I really enjoyed that movie, and I recommend it. I'm just gonna say it's very low, very very low budget. Like it's very low budget, dude. Like it puts Near Dark like freaking like it puts Near Dark to shame, dude. How low budget it is.
What movie?
Like it's called the Howl Beyond the Fog. The one it's about it's a kaiju film.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's like but it's like a very very low budget, and it's about a 35 minute movie, dude. It's a short movie, but it's like
I'll have to watch it.
yeah, I would say watch it because like what I referenced earlier that before you jumped on, like when I did my quick little review and take on Clash of the Titans, because of Clash of the Titans did the stop motion. They did a lot of stop motion work. So this one is kind of reminiscent, but it's not as advanced, and it's not as like the technique is not as sharp, but it's just the hard work that was put into the film of The Howl Beyond the Fog, dude, is like, and the music, and it's the music and how they put it, dude, is like just the hard work and the freaking effort they put into it. Plus the music is very eerie. It's very not how can I put it, man? It's not too haunting, but it's not too like mellow either.
It affects
it's like
you some kind of way.
Yeah. And like I really enjoyed it, dude. Like I've already watched that freaking film. It's just a short film, but I've already watched it like 10 times, dude. I like it a lot.
Nice.
Like I really do.
Nice.
I really do like it, man. But it's
Mhm.
something I'd recommend. I'm gonna do a review on it. Like I was telling Jedi, I'm gonna do a review on it probably next week. And yeah, dude, it's gonna be easy because it's a short film. It's only like 35 minutes long.
But that's the thing I like when people like you, Century, when you mention a film that you get really involved with and you really like and you suggest it to others of like, well, that shows right there that this person likes it. It's like, well, let me check it out, because one thing, that's the thing, you won't stir me, I won't stir you wrong on something that suggests, because I'm like I say, I'm just going like we was mentioning Howard the Duck. It's like, you got to check out Howard the Duck, but you never know who's going to like it, who's not. And you don't want to suggest something like that off the cuff because like, well, this film may not be, so artistic in matter. But when you mention something like, Pathfinder, and then, like I say, when I mentioned Near Dark, or and like I say, Howl of the Fog, it's like you realize that if it affects that person a great deal to a point where it's like they really enjoy it and really take hints to it, it's like that shows that person has a great opinion and great intelligence to say, hey, I can say this is a good film for you to watch. I feel that you might enjoy it. Never know. I mean, and if that person does like it, it's like, see, that person knew what they were talking about. They know that they saw something that is endearing and they can suggest it. Now, granted, some people, you get suggested some films, they may not like it so much as what other person, but that doesn't mean that person who suggested to you said it's bad. That just means that maybe you didn't like it as much, but that still means that that person's saying, hey, they like this film. They have an opinion about what they feel and what they, going with that. So, and I'm glad that you did suggest that, because that'll give me a chance to watch this when I get a chance to rent it and everything and really watch it. Because when you say that hits you that much, that shows right there. It's like, yeah, that's why I say I love a person who suggested something, because otherwise, it's like, well, you suggested, but does that mean I'm going to like it? And who knows? I might just, because when I looked up what it was, it's like, oh yeah, I know about this, and say, I need to watch this then. If some other ear has said that it's really enduring and it's something that really they enjoyed, yeah, I got to watch it, because they know something, I know they know something. So that's the thing.
It's not for, I'll just say this, it's not for everyone. Any film fanatic that said one time is like movies are either even if you recommend them or people watch them or people say this film, I said before, man, certain movies aren't for everybody. Like you watch certain things, it's not for everyone. but like what do you call it? But yeah, man. I mean, I enjoy because I'm, again, like you guys know, because I'm a kaiju crazy fanatic, man. I'm fucking kaiju crazy fanatic. So, but like it gives an artist as low budget it is, it gives an artistic taste, and it's all in Japanese. So that's another thing I liked about it too. It's all in Japanese. So
Right.
it's yeah, dude. It's. I mean, I'll just say it's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it, and I love the film, man. I thought it was cool.
Cool, man.
And
I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah.
And talk to you guys about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you know, I just got into the kaiju world. Just recently, and I'm just learning. I think the last one I saw was Tokyo SOS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great freaking film, dude.
Yeah.
What did you think of that one?
Oh, I had fun with it. I had fun and seeing Mothra. She kicks ass. I love.
The interesting thing is the one before that, Godzilla against Mega Godzilla. It's funny. Even though I like SOS, that one to me is probably the best one, or my favorite. Let me say my favorite out of the Millennium Godzilla films. For some reason, I guess it's because the storyline, the music, all that, it really holds up. And that's just one of the reasons why I like the composer who who composed the film. She did a great job in bringing out the emotion in that film. I mean, it's. You've probably seen some of the past Godzilla films that had emotion, but this one really gives emotion to me, And like I say, when I saw the next one, it's like, okay, it's carrying on, it's good, but I like this one a little bit better than that one, And I can say it's a good film, man. I really like.
Well, are you referring to 74 Godzilla versus Mecha 74?
No.
No. This is the 2002. No, it's called Godzilla Against, not Godzilla Versus.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one. No.
Yeah. If you watch it, you just be prepared to. Just be prepared to get a little emotional about it because there's a lot of grief dealing with in this film. Even though you see Godzilla and Mechagodzilla fight, there's still that human element, which I feel. It can either trample a monster film, a kaiju film, or it can enhance it. I feel it just goes along with it. I'll put it that way. So if you check it out,
I got emotional with 54, man. When the movie Dojo Army recommended that to me, Dojo 54. I was like, whoa! I wasn't expecting it. Like I told Century before, like, wow, this is a heavy film, man. Because knowing that the later films, it's kind of targeting more with family, which is more fun. But this one's opposite from that. It's whoa.
Right.
Yeah. And I think you talked about the metaphor of the movie too. It's ooh. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, yeah, it was pretty heavy,
Do you remember the part in in 54 where they have the prayer for peace scene with the children, with the children and that was deep, bro. That was deep, man. That's one of the parts that when was it? I think it was when Max and Marcus passed away. My dogs passed away. I heard that song over and over, dog. I heard that shit. I just for some reason I heard that song over and over.
Ooh.
I was like, fuck. It was in my head. I'm like, why is this song in my freaking head?
That's kind of eerie, huh?
Yeah, I was like, why is this song in my head? And then I put it on because I bought the CD of the best of Godzilla. The best of the Godzilla films from 1954 to 1974, and it's on there. And then when I bought it on Amazon, they with Amazon it has an automatic. They automatically burn it to my library. They burn the whole. Okay. They burned the whole freaking CD to my library, and I heard it. And I was like, oh shit! It's like, and then when I heard it, because I mean it was a time of sorrow. Like everybody has a time of sorrow, stuff like that. And then I heard it. And I was like, fuck, man, this shit's fucking deep, bro. I was like, why am I listening to this song right now? And I'm like, fuck, man, it's crazy. But that scene, man, that when I rewatched it a few years ago, and they had the prayer for peace, part where the kids in the choir are singing and stuff like that. I was like, fuck, this shit is deep, bro. I was like, I can't believe I missed this when I was young. I was like, I can't believe I missed this part. And it was like, fuck, that's why I haven't done. What's
I
up?
was gonna say, I'm sorry. Was that the American cut or the original Japanese cut?
I saw both. The prayer for peace is on both, but it's I think it's a little bit. No, it's in both. I know it's in both, but it's I don't know if you've seen. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Film. Which one did you see? Did you see the American version or the Japanese version? Pretty sure you saw the American version.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Is it with Raymond Burr? Was it with Raymond Burr with American Reporter?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't remember. I think it was a Japanese version. I don't remember that, dude. For me in that movie, all I remember, like those characters, were good, but the one that kind of like stood out for me was Serizawa. Yeah, that actor. Wow, I was like, shh.
He has such a confliction.
Yeah, man. It's like,
that's right.
Why don't they make characters like that in the newer movies? Newer Godzilla movies. Wow, man. And going back to what Century was saying, like what affected me the most too is like reading about the movie itself after I watched it. Learning about the concept design and how they put Godzilla together. And even the texture of his skin. His scales are supposed to kind of refer to those victims of the H-bomb at that time. The look of them, like, oh, man, wow, dude, this is a heavy film, man. And it's like you say, there's like different layers of it when you keep reading and learning about it, and even rewatching it multiple times. I know stuff that you don't see, and I begin to respect that movie more and more.
Oh yeah,
I wish they would make more characters, not one-dimensional in some of these films. I wish they make it more three-dimensional, because that's the thing that drives the narrative for a film. The characters are supposed to have heart to drive the narrative, and if they don't, you get lost. And that's probably why I don't like these recent Godzilla films, the legendary ones, where they have the characters where, like the 2014, the characters they can just be sidetracked. They can be side characters. It's like they're in there, but they're bringing something to the table. Then you get to 20, then you get to King of the Monsters. I'll be honest with you, some of the characters, they ain't working. But in the end, though, it's all about, what the characters do, what they have, and what they bring to the table as far as the story goes. But, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's why I was telling I told Jedi Granville, that's why people have told me, Daniel, you're basically, you're a sci-fi channel. Godzilla, Godzilla was the catalyst for my channel, but people have told me, Daniel, how come you haven't done Godzilla? How come you haven't done a Godzilla 1954 review yet? Because I'm not gonna do it yet until I'm ready to do it.
Right.
Because that's
your own time.
That's the film. No, it's not only that. That's the film that started it all, man. That's the best film. That's the number one and best film. Not because it's the first, but because it's the best Godzilla film ever made. So that's why I'm waiting, and that's why I'm doing everything backwards. I'm doing the movies backwards. I'm doing the movies, I'm starting with the latest of the Toho all the way down. So I'm going all the way down. And Gojira, Gojira 1954 is going to be the last Godzilla film I'm ever going to do. And that's why, because I love that movie so much, man. That movie is just fucking. It made more of an impact on me when I was young, when I was older, because I didn't understand it till I got older. But that's why I haven't done any Godzilla. I haven't done any actual Godzilla movies besides Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla King of the Monsters, but those are modern and those are American-made Godzilla movies. So, but
that's good.
Yeah, dude, I'm taking my time, bro. I'm taking my time because I was like, I don't want to blow my load. Like, I don't want to blow my freaking load of being on my channel and then have nothing else to freaking review about. You know what I mean?
Oh, man, there'll always be movies, man.
Exactly. There's plenty of movies out there in the world that you can watch besides Godzilla movies, bro.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I know there's more movies. I'm just saying that, like, I don't want to, like, I like to take my time with everything that I do, like the content I make. I just like to take time with it and make it, and then talk about mostly what I like or what I don't. I I don't really talk about what I don't like. I skip that. And I just talk about what I like.
Century, you have a great panel. You will have a great panel when it comes to you're reviewing Gojira, 54. You got Gojira 851, 851, and you got Jedi Granville, and you got some of the guys from the movie Dojo Army. You got Kaiju Pimp Daddy. Right? Well, tons of you're gonna have a good panel, man. And,
you're gonna have two. You're gonna cover a lot, and it won't be boring. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it won't be boring.
No, it's gonna be great.
It's never boring, dude. Especially now that now that we have freaking film, and we got Ronin, we got freaking Ronin now, and then for consensus, I already told Ronin for consensus, bro. That's mainly gonna be about it's gonna be on everything, but I know the main focus is gonna be on horror and martial arts. So that's why I wanted to do it. So that way it's for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, well, yeah, for both ways.
This guy?
Like, stop.
Oh, that way, right there.
What are you talking about, man?
guys, my friend Lone Wolf Rowan doesn't take compliments well, so okay. Look at him looking around.
What are you talking about? Who's this guy you're talking about, man? I heard he's a dick.
Yeah, I feel you, Gojira 51. I feel you, brother. Yeah, I feel you.
He definitely deserves that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to do another series, another live stream series, so we can focus on harder horror, harder drama, harder, freaking martial arts, and freaking and that way we can just, we can talk about all kinds of movies and agree on movies. That's why I say consensus, because we all come to a consensus about the movies we want to talk about, stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be bad, dude. And you go ahead, Phil.
No, I was just saying, man, it's your channel, man. You focus on what you want to do, and we'll just hop on if we know anything about that film.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, dude. Everybody's gonna have it. Like I said, like Trado shot it. It's like, you know what? It was an idea. I said, okay, you know what? I never saw Hard Boiled, and I remember Trado's face that he made when I told him that. He was like, "What?"
He didn't do the DJ Anubis,
right?
Do it like that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
guys, brothers, I'm gonna have to let y'all go because I'm actually starting to get sleepy now, believe it or not. But
okay.
I enjoyed this time together with you guys.
Always.
And when we do the next podcast, like I say, we'll just have fun again. Hopefully you guys will be here, Trail and Film Fanatic. But till then, hey, you brothers stay safe. You stay real.
You too, man.
Daniel, my brother from another mother, keep it pimping, okay? Doing what you do best, all right. So y'all take it easy. Love y'all.
It's always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Hey,
always a pleasure.
Pleasure is mine, bro. Pleasure is mine. But y'all take it easy though, and I'll see you on the next round, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
And we were 3 amigos again.
You still want to keep going?
Yeah, I can eat and talk, man. I don't mind. I can multitask. Shoot.
It's like going 3 hours.
I was actually gonna go and get something to eat, man. Friggin'.
Let's do that. And then let's do that.
What was that?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go get some meat.
Yeah,
where are we going?
I gotta eat something.
Where are we going? In and out.
Well, hold on.
Look at this guy, man. Where'd you get that burger from?
Mama Pop's joint called Duke's.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Well, I got Whataburger. I'm gonna go to Whataburger, dude. So I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go.
Hey man, I gotta freaking carb up, man. I did chest, shoulders, and tries today, so.
Snap. Snap.
And tomorrow is back and biceps and cardio.
Oh shit, dude! I worked out.
And I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
I mean, I could talk to you while you get something to eat, and then you can hop on the regular chat.
Yeah, we could do that.
I could talk to a Fanatic, and then when you're ready to hop on the other chat, let us know.
No, Century's gonna fall asleep. He's gonna have food coma. I know this guy already, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I worked out.
He's gonna have food coma and he's gonna go to bed.
I worked out today, dude. I did 12. I did 12 4-minute rounds and freaking six different stations, dude. In my freaking in my what do you call it? My conditioning and shit. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Let's just say when it's in a hot ass garage, bro, and you do fucking an hour working out, dude, it's fucking insane, dude.
You know what?
Man.
Your hot garage reminds me of my room when I'm working out because I'm drenched in. My shirt's like a wet rag. By the time I'm done, it's like a wet rag.
Yeah, dude. But the thing is, I gotta drain all the sweat out of my clothes, dude. Because if I leave it before I wash it, it'll stink up the whole fucking room, dude.
Yeah, that's why I put it in a basket, and then I spray Lysol on it when I put it in the basket.
Yeah, I wash it
out. While you guys are working out, I'm watching Near Dark.
No, you'll be like American Psycho, like.
Oh snap! Right.
I'm not doing that by myself, fool.
Hey man, you gotta have an ego sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
man.
I'll try to jump back on with you guys because I know I do Whataburger, dude. I'm gonna get a triple meat with freaking jalapenos, fries, freaking bacon, cheese.
Damn.
Freaking I'm gonna freaking. I know I probably might crash, but I'll try to see if I don't freaking.
Yeah, if you can, no worries, man.
How about you do this? I'm gonna go get my food, go get your food, and then we'll hop back on, in our other chat.
Whichever, or whenever you guys are ready. Whoever is ready to talk. I'll be around. I'll probably eat my food and just chill.
Lone Wolf is always hard boiled, huh? He's always hard boiled, ready to go.
Tequila,
always.
Tequila, bro.
Tequila,
tequila, bro.
Of course. You know he's really full of shit. There's a John.
Yeah, dude.
Well, thanks for having us on, man. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate that, Century. You didn't have to, man, but I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining, man. Like I said, I told you I was gonna get you guys on here. Bro. One way or the other, I was gonna get you guys on here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah. I want to shout out to Gojira51 851 in the chat, man. Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, thanks for in the comments, dude. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hopefully you'll hop on a stream with us soon.
Yeah, he'll get it. The next one I'll try to, like I said, for volume 6. I mean, volume 6, we'll get him for sure. He's like, no, I'm not gonna miss the next one. I'm pretty sure he's like, I'm not missing the next one. That's for damn sure. But yeah, dude. But yeah, man. But like I said, everybody who was watching, we had DJ Nubis, we had Jad.
Angry film critic.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, dude. We gotta have him on every stream now, dude. Because it's just we gotta have him on every stream, bro.
I told you guys, right? We have a Jad. We have a Jad.
Yeah.
Right. We have a Jad.
We need our Jad.
That's right. That's right, man.
Right.
Hey, after Hard Boil, we gotta do the Crow. I gotta push that one, man.
I'm down for that.
We got to do the Crow because we're all big fans of the Crow, all big fans of Brandon Lee. I know DJ Anubis is, and he got that poster in the back. I want to hear his thoughts on the film, and I think everybody else. Hopefully,
I'm down.
I think Walter will be down, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. But Hard Boil is next, huh?
Consensus, man. Consensus.
Dude,
next.
Hard Boiled and The Last Dragon.
Yeah, we're doing The Last Dragon.
But I thought we were doing Perfect Weapon.
No, that's the next one because I have to watch the movie first.
Yes, watch it first.
So after that, it's going to be probably Perfect Weapon and maybe The Crow.
That's right.
Don't work.
That's right.
You can do The Perfect Weapon and The Crow.
Nope.
Well, yeah, we can do
just The Crow.
Yeah, we can.
Crow.
Just straight up one movie panel. Okay.
Dude, yeah, dude. It deserves. Brandon Lee deserves.
Yes,
the whole episode.
Right.
I'm sorry,
right.
I have to say.
No,
we can do rapid fire. We can do rapid fire and The Crow. We can do rapid fire.
Rapid fire is awesome. Yes. I have rapid fire too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
So I got this guy, dude.
Or to challenge you guys, how about Legacy of Rage?
I never seen that one.
I never seen that one.
With Brandon Lee.
Is it this Hong Kong movie?
Yep, I have it.
With Bolo?
With Bolo. With Bolo. Oh, okay.
I think I seen that scene in the. He's like a waiter, right? He's a.
He's
a bartender.
Yeah. A waiter.
He's a bartender. A waiter. He's a server.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's like an alleyway fight scene and right.
And it was like one of Ronnie Yu's first couple movies that he came out with.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Gojira.
Gojira.
Oh man. Yes.
I got that movie too, so I can do
With
that
Dolph
too.
Lundgren.
There you go, Jared. We're gonna get you. You're gonna be on this one too,
Yeah.
bro. Don't they, you're not gonna just. You're
Oh,
not just
man.
gonna be on. Not gonna just be on the Sci-Fi Society. You're gonna be on Consensus also, dude. And we're gonna fucking all of us. It's gonna be full panel, dude.
Dude,
That's a good one,
Gojira,
too.
man. Yep. Heck yeah, that's
Full
that's
panel.
a great one. That's a good one. Showdown with
Yeah, but
Tokyo.
like I said, man, we'll be ready. Well, guys, be ready for the. It'll probably be in the first week of September. Probably probably in the not in the middle. Probably maybe about the 7th or 8th of September. We'll do the 7th or 8th of September. We'll do the first Consensus, and then we'll do Last Dragon and Hard Boiled first, and then we'll do the ones you guys want to do after that. You want to do the Crow. We want to do the Crow and Rapid Fire. Do those two because it's like I said, it's easier to talk about one or two movies in one panel, so everybody gets to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gives their take on it. We can
And
do
then
that.
it'll be Brandon Lee Day. You
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
if we do like two Brandon Lee movies, it would be like a special Brandon Lee Day, like a tribute.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we can do all that, man. I'm
Hey,
down,
man.
dude.
I'm down for whatever.
I'm down for
whatever's
whatever.
clever.
Yeah. Sorry, I jumped in late though today. You know,
Don't worry about it, dude.
because I was like, God, I want to say my piece on Near Dark. You know.
Yeah, dude. That's why I wanted to. I wanted to bring you on here, dude. I want to bring film because I know he loves Near Dark, dude. I know he loves
Yeah,
vampires. That's why I had to get him. That's why I had to
That's
get
a
him on here, bro.
That's a good.
He couldn't
film. Yeah.
resist. He could not resist. He's like, no, I got to jump on here, even though I got to jump on. I knew you were gonna
Just for
jump on.
those, right? Just for those characters, those actors in that movie. You know, Bill Paxton by himself. Oh my God.
Dude.
Right? Lance Henderson.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
He's the one that made the movie to me. Honestly,
Yeah.
you know, he's the one that made the movie.
Finger licking
Yeah.
good.
Right. Yeah, dude. Well, I gotta. Well, I'm
Yeah, go
gonna
bro.
call
You
it
looks like
night
you're
for
gonna
the
pass
stream,
out.
dude.
Oh,
Call it
bro.
night for the stream, guys. Like I said again, thank you guys for joining last minute, even though it's last minute. I don't care. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to freaking talk with you guys and everything and everybody that was on this panel and live stream for the Sci-Fi Society, guys. So everybody who did watch, I appreciate you guys watching and try to get to all the comments, even though it's like 2 people commenting. But you know, Gojira851, we're gonna have you on the Sci-Fi Society for Volume 6. So thank you guys for joining the Sci-Fi Society, and we'll be out. Always keep it raw and real. And remember, Consensus next month, guys. So everybody who's watching, have a good night.